Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to FELONY hearings. I am Judge Mindy Glazer. I will be presiding today. The video for first appearance hearings has been played to all defendants. How many you got? About 6 of them there? Anyway, you ready to start corrections?
Buenos días a todos los presentes, les habla la jueza Mindy Glazer, se les ha presentado todo el video, veo que son como unos 6 aproximadamente, estaremos listos por parte de correccionales para comenzar.
Okay, we don't seem to have a lot of people at the jail this morning. Maybe they're still having breakfast or whatever. You ready corrections to start? Or do we just have a light day? I guess they're ready. All rise, raise your right hand and begin. Court.
All rise and raise your right hand. Do you
Pónganse de pie, levanten su mano derecha, por favor.
If you're testifying to the people in court, go ahead.
The officer else or someone do him too.
Okay.
Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
¿Juran que el testimonio que están a punto de ofrecer será la verdad, solo la verdad y nada más que la verdad? Díganlo, juro. I do.
Madam Interpreter, raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will and faithfully interpret from English to Spanish, Spanish to English? The question asked, the answers given in the best of your ability. Has such ability? Say I do.
I do. Olivia Bruce, certified court interpreter. Good morning.
Good morning. If there is anybody here for a case on Zoom, please type the defendant's name in the chat room. You want to convey
Si
that?
hay alguien aquí presente en la plataforma Zoom, por favor, pongan el nombre del acusado en el chat para que le podamos escuchar la causa.
Thank you. Let's get started. Can the attorneys announce their name for the record, please? State.
Good morning, Ana Romas on behalf of the state for out-of-state extraditions.
Yes, on behalf of the state, good morning.
Good morning.
Rebecca Corey, Assistant Public Defender. Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know who I just made a co-host. I thought it was you, Ms. Corey. Now I made TGK Bond hearings a co-host. You all move co-host permissions from them. Okay, we're ready to start with the out-of-state warrants. First case we have is Rashad Gross. That's a quash. Jeffrey Youngblood is also a quash. We have Deirdre O'Sullivan, the case that was set in November. I don't know if we were able to get it moved up. Oh, was she set this morning?
I don't think that was the one that was set in November. That's a different case, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Mr. Sullivan. When's she set to go to court? Does she have locals? Let me see. I can't read this. It's like hieroglyphics.
Your Honor, yes, she has locals. It says it's set for today.
Do you have the jail card? If that's the case, she ain't gonna go today.
Yes, Your Honor, I have the jail card. I know.
Friday. I'm sorry. Where's she going?
Judge Benzer.
All right, so the 23rd. Let's set it Friday.
They filed an information, Judge.
Oh, they filed an information. So when do you want me to set it? 15 days?
Probably more than that.
Is this hold on.
Charge?
They filed an information. What's the charge? Do we know?
Armed robbery.
Armed robbery. So I don't think much is going to happen in 15 days either. When do you want me to set it? May what? Let's set it June 5th, see what's going on. So ma'am, just stay in touch with your public defender, okay? We'll see you on June 5th, see what's going on with your local case. Next, we have Yasser Hernandez. He is on Zoom at Metro West 1. Do you speak English, sir? Good morning.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
So what's going on? All right, so we're going to set this case June 18th to see if your Miami case is still open or closed. All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Next is Gregory Peterson, who's a quash. And then Kamani Smith.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, good morning.
Good
He's at
morning.
two. Mr. Smith has locals. Oh, isn't that nice of them? Who was the judge?
That was Judge Hirsch with an I.
Is that like, I gotta figure it out. That's Milton Hirsch? Yeah. Okay, well, that was nice of him. Unfortunately, you're still going to be locked up here until your probation case is resolved.
It's resolved, ma'am. They resolved it in court.
They released you on your own recognizance. They didn't, what happened? Did they reinstate your probation?
Yes, they reinstated it. They told me they gave me a paper to take to probation, and they will squash my probation once I turn in this paper.
Your Honor, according to this, I guess that was in the courtroom, but on here it just says defendant granted ROR.
Okay, so it's still pending. Got it. Miss Corey, is he represented by the public defender? It needs to go back before Judge Hirsch.
If he's placed on probation, then he's extraditable, Judge.
No, they didn't put anything on the jail card to indicate that. They didn't put anything on reinstate probation.
Do they normally do that on the jail card corrections?
Sir, were you on probation before you came here?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to put something on the jail card that your probation is reinstated so that we can start the extradition. And what they usually do is say, told the time for probation until you resolve your extradition case. So we need to get you back before Judge Milton Hirsch to resolve that.
Yes, Your Honor, on this jail card, all it says is defendant granted ROR.
Let me make a note here. They said it Friday, see if it gets resolved.
I'll notify his attorney, Judge.
All right, and I'll also send this up to Judge Hirsch. Can we have a copy front and back, please, of this one? Thank you. I'll visit him at lunchtime. See, oh, I'm sorry, the reset date is May 23rd. Where's his extradition from? Georgia. Okay. All right, so reset 523. Sorry about that. All right, next case we have is Evaristo Melendez at Metro West 3. Good morning, sir.
Good
Your
morning, Your Honor.
His cases were closed yesterday. He received CTS and no pros.
Awesome. So he's ready to go to New York. So we're going to reset this case for June 5th to make sure, see if you're brought over to New York by then. They have a full 30 days to pick you up. If they don't pick you up within 30 days, I will release you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So reset June 5th. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
So thank you.
Thanks. Good day, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Diego Rojas. Good morning, sir. Do you speak English?
I speak both languages, ma'am, Your Honor.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, sir. You were arrested on a warrant from Hendry County, Florida. The warrant was issued September 12th of 2024, contempt of court. So I'm appointing the public defender's office for you. Your total bond is $732. So if you're able to post a $732 bond, do that at the jail you're located at. If you don't have any money to pay a bond, you will have to wait up to 15 days for Hendry County to pick you up.
Your Honor, may I talk to you a minute?
Don't talk about what happened, okay?
I called 911. I can't.
Talking about the charges. Miss Corey, obviously there's some issues going on. Do you want me to reset it in the afternoon? I don't know if he has physical or medical issues, but do you want me to reset it in the afternoon? So you can reach out to Hendry County?
Judge, I don't know what, I can try to see if they're willing to release him on his own recognizance, but
71, I don't know what the issue is. It's a contempt of court for maybe he didn't do something. I don't know. The
I
case,
can look into it, Judge, at lunch.
let me reset your case in the afternoon. Do you want to speak to him a moment and get any information? All right. Anyway, I'm gonna reset him for the afternoon. Okay, corrections. So we also have next, anybody on Zoom I can do? Glenn Soriano's on Zoom, Metro West 4. Good morning, Mr. Soriano.
Good morning.
An arrest warrant from Monroe County, Florida. It was issued December 17th of 2024, and it's for violation of probation. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Unfortunately, there is no bond, so you're going to have to wait up to 15 days for Monroe County to pick you up. Your case is reset here for June 5th to make sure you are transported to Monroe County. That you shouldn't have to wait that long, though. Have a good day.
Hey, Judge, can I tell you something? I've been ROR since January 29.
Really?
Yeah.
Your Honor,
They-
explanation, Your Honor. So they had issued him house arrest, and being that he had the fugitive, he could not go on house arrest. As of 5/20, they granted him ROR.
January 29, I've been ROR, and I got the court dockets right here.
No, that went back. So tell me this again. January 29th.
They ROR'd me. The judge, Zachary, he
Oh.
ROR'd me January 29, and the jail messed up and didn't put it on the jail card or something. So I had to go to court yesterday, and they fixed it yesterday.
Oh, I think you were put on house arrest. Is that correct?
They
No.
put me on house arrest,
Was he
and then they
house arrest?
granted me ROR.
So it took him 5 months
Your
to.
Honor, they had issued him at first, when he first initially came in on the 28th of December, they gave him GPS plus house arrest. On June 29th that he's speaking, all I see is a continuation to 2/5. On 2/5, they continue him per Judge James on 4/17. On 4/17, they continue him to 7/10. As of yesterday, they brought him into court. I'm sorry, on 5/20, and it says defendant previously granted on RR. And they put here from 129. They did.
Yeah.
Judge, I see in the computer in CJIS, it's an ROR since
I have it on the court
1/9,
docket, though.
2025.
When?
January 29th, 2025. I would ask that you release Mr. Soriano. He's been sitting in here
3.5
for about 4 months.
Yeah, to use the phone? You didn't call the public defender?
I did, and I was thinking of it was I was waiting for extradition the whole time. They told me I had an extension.
I want to. When was he put on house arrest? On December 28th, 24?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so he was never, that house arrest was never removed.
No.
It's not the court's fault. He's on house arrest.
It was, Judge, if he was ROR January 29th, that's an ROR. That's no longer house arrest.
Yeah,
That's a straight ROR.
it's straight ROR. Yeah,
So I have a couple questions. What judge was it?
Zachary.
James
You
Zachary.
want to talk to Judge James? Also, what it's the Aquatic County warrant for?
Violation of probation, DUI. He ain't getting out. And I don't know who messed this up, but that's crazy. I just want to get it clear. Judge James ROR'd him on January 29th of 2025, but he still showed he's on house arrest?
What happened was he never went on house arrest because he had this fugitive, so he can't go on house arrest.
But wouldn't the ROR overrule the house arrest?
So
Right,
it looked like
but the
the-
thing is, it never reflected, and it was never reflected on the card. On my end, it says continuation of 2/5 on 129. So I don't know whose mistake was.
The jail. They messed up the jail card.
I know
What county is it, Judge?
Monroe. I can't hear, sir. You're just making a
So Judge,
Okay.
You want to
it
shorten the
appears
time period?
corrections, when he went to court, corrections on January 29th.
On
failed to
January
write
29th,
ROR on the jail card.
No, it does not. It says continuation to 2/5. And then on 2/5, it says continuation of 4/17.
Right,
And
so
then
in
4/17
court on January 29th, they did not write it on the jail card, so they can't release him because it's not on the jail card.
interrupting them. I can't write it down clearly, and we're going to be here an extra 10 minutes of time, which I don't really want to be. Stop interrupting, and I'll listen to you after corrections. I'm trying to make my notes. Go ahead, corrections. Say it again.
Okay, so on January 17, 2025, he went to court on 129. And then on 129, they gave him a this is what I'm reading, 2/5. And 2/5, when he went back on 2/5, they put continuing 4/17.
1 second. Okay, go ahead.
And then on 4/17, they put continuance 7/10. And then as of yesterday, on 5/20, that's when they put defendant previously granted RR on 1/29.
So what it looks like is on 1/29, somebody didn't put it on the jail card.
Written defendant. What would the state like to do, given that?
Oh, here's the thing. He's on probation in Monroe. He allegedly violated it. He's got a report down in Monroe. I think that it's a shame what happened, but maybe we can lessen the time for Monroe to come get him.
Corrections, when was Monroe notified to pick him up?
Your Honor, they were notified as of yesterday because that's when they put the RR on the card.
Thank you. Let me hear from Ms. Corey now. Ms. Corey, the floor is all yours.
Judge, if he was released in court on January 29th and corrections failed to mark it on the jail card, he's been sitting waiting for Monroe to pick him up since January the 29th. So because of corrections, lack of putting it on the jail card, Monroe was not notified. He's essentially done almost 4 more months on a violation of probation on a misdemeanor.
Ms. Corey, I have a question. Does your office represent him on his local case before Judge James where this matter happened? And I need that case number, please, if you have it.
Yes, it is F24-26714.
And what is that charge?
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, and is it pending trial now, or it was an information file?
Let me check the procedures. Yes.
Information was according to the clerk.
Information filed on February the 3rd, 2025.
On February 5th, when the case was continued to April 17th, was he represented by your office, the Public Defender's Office?
Yes.
At that point, did your Public Defender's Office question why he's still in jail?
Judge, I'm just becoming aware of the situation now. So I would have to review, Judge, and contact the attorney in our release expediter.
Roy Ugarte, who fights to the end of time for his clients. Then he had somebody else.
He has Catherine Torres right now, Judge.
He has lawyers representing him. This issue should have been addressed in division. It's not the fault of Monroe County that he was not brought before this court. So on May 20th, which was yesterday, they wrote down on the jail card he was given an ROR on January 29th, relating it back to January 29th. Today is May 21st. I'm going to give Monroe County 1 week to pick him up. And if they don't get him in a week, I'll release him.
So corrections,
Second, yes, someone else?
Yes.
try and get him in as quickly as possible. I know Monroe probably comes weekly.
He has a report as well on June 10th, but he should have been, your next court date here is June, we say June? July 10th. So it's Memorial Day weekend. So I'll do 1 day ahead, 1 day after.
The 27th?
Today's the 21st. I'll give him till the 29th. That's a week later to pick him up. Ms. Corey, feel free to file an appeal.
All right.
Check and see what you can do to expedite it.
Yes, I'm getting on it right now.
Thank you.
Sorry about this, sir. I can't just release you. I got to give them a little time to pick you up. But if they don't get you by the 29th, I got no problem releasing you. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
And you have very good lawyers at the Public Defender's Office. Sometimes this happens, but
Yeah.
in that situation, write me a letter. I read my jail mail.
I was right on that like a week ago.
Have a
Thank
nice.
you, Judge.
I'm going to copy this one front and back. Okay, Marzier Stokes. Mr. Stokes here. Hi, Mr. Stokes. Good morning, sir. You were arrested on a warrant from Hillsborough County, Florida. The warrant was issued on April 13th of 2023 for failure to appear, no valid driver's license. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office for you. Your bond is $250. So if you have $250 to post a bond. Pay it at the jail you're at, the TGK jail. If you don't have any money for a bond, you will have to wait up to 15 days for Hillsborough County to pick you up. The case is reset here June 5th to make sure you either bonded out or were transported. All right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Next case we have is Daquan Tisdale. Mr. Tisdale is on Zoom, pre-trial. Good morning, sir. Hey, you got an arrest warrant from Broward County. It was issued May 15th of 2025. No show capias for robbery, no weapon, and it says no bond, and tampering with a victim, no bond. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Broward has up to 15 days to pick you up. Your case is reset here for June 5th to make sure you are transported. If you have any questions, please call the public defender's office. All right? Have a good day, sir. Next case is Jose Cortez. Did you tell? Did you?
Be it pre-trial?
I don't see him here. Somebody's raising their hand. I don't know. Mr. Cortez here. Going once, going twice. I'm passing it. Okay, he looks like he has 2 warrants as well. Giovanni Antone, is he here? Is he on Zoom or no?
Looks like he's on Zoom.
If
Can
you
you-
don't, yes, ma'am. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, sir. You have an arrest warrant from Broward County. It was issued January 12th of 2024
Yes,
for
ma'am.
probation. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Unfortunately, there is no bond. You're going to have to wait up to 15 days for Broward County to pick you up. And your case is reset here June 5th to make sure you are transported there.
Your
Also, you
Honor,
from Palm Beach County that was issued December 6th of 2024. It says counts 1 through 4, no, counts 1, 4, and 5, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, and then count 2, burglary to a conveyance, and then count 3, fleeing and attempting to elude a police officer. There's also a grand theft charge, possession of burglary tools. This Palm Beach warrant. So I'm appointing the public.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I am so sorry for interrupting the court. He's waiting on a commitment package, Your Honor. Once he got once the commitment package is completed, then he could go. He has 8-year state prison.
So where did he go? To prison first or to Monroe first?
Well, he's probably gonna go to Monroe with a hold for the prison, or maybe he'll go to the prison with a hold.
Who is this?
Antone, Bonnie Antone.
Antoine,
Antoine
right?
from Monroe? I see Palm Beach and Broward.
Oh, Broward, I'm sorry. We missed
Okay, I just want to make
Yes,
sure.
Broward, Palm Beach.
Broward first or
So he
Palm-
should be off calendar is what you're saying, corrections?
No.
Judge, Your Honor, I have a attorney, Andrew Yayo, is on my case, but
All right, so
I've been here 43 days waiting for somebody to pick me up, and they said that something about my paperwork have been messed.
they need the commitment package. Corrections, do they need the commitment package before he can be?
Yeah, they just, I believe that they're working on it, Your Honor, because he has like 14 different probation warrant cases, and they're all running concurrent with different CTSs. So they're working on it to get him to the prison or to Monroe, Broward
Yeah.
or Palm Beach.
But Your Honor, it's going on 2 months. I've been here waiting, and my attorney told me that.
A lot of people they have to prepare commitment packages for, so that's why, but I don't think it affects you. I think you get, doesn't it relate back his, he'd get whatever.
Yes, Your Honor, he gets all the time.
Get all your time. You're just sitting here and
I
saying,
understand that, Judge. I totally understand what's going on, but at this point, what I'm asking is, there's any way I'm going to prison first?
I'm going to reset your case in 15 days to see if you get transported to Broward or Palm Beach. So
Okay, thank you, Judge.
it will be June 5th. Have a good day, sir. Good luck.
Okay, you too. Take care. Everybody driving safe.
Isaiah Baker is next. And then we're looking for, we have somebody new on Zoom. The one I passed, was it Mr. Cortez? Hi, Mr. Baker. Good morning. You have an arrest warrant from Broward County. It was issued March 31st of this year for a misdemeanor capias petty theft. Your bond is $2,500. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. If you're able to post a $2,500 bond, please do so at the jail you're at. If you have no money for a bond, you will have to wait up to 15 days for Broward County to pick you up. And the reset date is June 5th to make sure you're transported. Have a good day. All right, so I passed Mr. Cortez. Is he available to come to court? Or do you want me to appoint your office, Ms. Corey? What do you want me to do?
I don't know if they're bringing him now after Mr. Antoine left. Judge, you did not appoint our office for Mr. Antoine, correct?
No. Give me
Corrections is, do we know if Mr. Cortez is coming?
I'll have to call and find out, but I think that they have to bring them one at a time. So more than likely I'll call right now. Also, Your Honor, did we skip URZICE?
Why is he needs a Russian interpreter?
Oh, that's what it was.
Why is he here?
He
Correct.
has a fugitive from Lake County. And
Okay.
he also has 366 days state prison.
Was he you need a Russian interpreter, sir, or is it a Romanian?
Spanish in the road, please.
Spanish?
Yes.
Handle that. Okay. Is he an add-on?
He was number 5 on our calendar for a fugitive.
Paperwork, I'm so sorry. Or did I pass
It's
it?
for Lake County, Florida with a no bond, and he also has a hold for immigration.
Wait a second, I don't see it. Who's he between?
Tisdale and Cortez.
Okay, I'm gonna look. Probably me, don't worry, Eric. If it's you, it's okay. Let me take you to the train later, okay?
And corrections, you said we're waiting for a commitment package?
Yes, for him as well.
Do you know why these are on this calendar if they're waiting to go to prison?
Because they have to take the cycle of coming to court, even though their cases are closed already, but they have to go through the cycle so they won't get lost.
Have his paperwork, so can we tell him in Spanish he has a warrant from Lake County, Florida?
Muy bien, buenos días, señor. Usted tiene una orden de arresto de Lake County en Florida, el condado Lake en Florida.
So they are waiting on your commitment package for you to formally be sent over to Lake County, Florida.
Entonces ellos están esperando que se complete el paquete de compromiso para poder enviarle a Lake, ahí al condado Lake.
I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you.
De momento le estoy asignando al abogado de oficio para que le represente.
No bond warrants, and I'm going to reset the case on June 5th to see if you get transported by then.
Entonces vamos a aplazar el caso hasta el 5 de junio para ver si para ese entonces ya le han transportado.
Ok. Ya estoy condenado aquí a 1 año y 1 día de prisión. Entonces tengo que ir allá y después me van a la prisión.
So I am running on a year and a few days here in this prison. So after this, I have to go there. Then from there, I have to go to prison.
You'll go to Lake County, then you'll go to your prison sentence, and you'll get whatever gain time you're entitled to. I think you'll get that in between because you were sentenced to prison.
Señor, de aquí lo vamos a enviar al condado Lake, entonces de ahí será que lo enviarán cuando ya resuelva el tema ahí, lo enviarán a prisión y todo el tiempo que usted ha estado cumpliendo también le contará y ahí le explicarán pues el tiempo que tiene ganado.
Ok. Si no llega por mí el día 5, ¿qué va a
So
pasar?
what would happen if I am not transported by the 5th?
Then we'll find out why you weren't transported and give them another 15 days to do it.
Averiguaremos en ese momento qué está pasando, que no lo transportaron, porque no lo hicieron y ellos tendrán 15 días más para hacerlo.
Si ya tengo este warrant de 2 años que tengo preso, nunca llegaron por mí.
But it's been 2 years since I was in jail and they never came to get me.
He's been in custody since October 16, 2024.
When did he take it? When did he take his plea or go to trial, and when was he sentenced?
On 4/28.
So you were sentenced on April 28th of this year, so that's why we had to wait for a commitment package for you to be sent over, but now they're telling me you should be able to go.
Señor correccional, les informa que ciertamente usted está en la cárcel desde el 16 de octubre del 2024, pero la jueza le explica que usted fue sentenciado el 28 de abril. Por tanto, ahí es cuando se empieza a preparar este paquete de compromiso de que estamos hablando, el paquete que le estamos indicando, y es que a ellos se les notifica que ya usted está listo aquí para que ellos le vengan a buscar y se le transporte a el condado Lake, ¿entiende?
Ok, pero todo el mundo le dan 10, 15 días, 20 días. Ya tengo un mes, nunca llegaron por mí. Y ahora otra extensión.
I understand, but everyone is given 15 days to come and pick up people, and I am counting a month already, and now there is another extension.
So, sir, I'll say it again. Maybe I didn't explain it clearly, and I'm sorry. Because you are sentenced to prison, you're sentenced to prison. The state has to provide a commitment package, and sometimes it takes longer than 30 days to prepare it.
Señor, se lo voy a volver a explicar porque tal vez no se lo expliqué lo suficientemente claro para que me entendiera. Debido a que usted fue sentenciado el 28 de abril, la fiscalía tiene que preparar este paquete de compromiso. Cuando todos estos documentos, este paquete esté listo, entonces es que ya usted va a estar listo pues para que vaya rumbo a cumplir con su sentencia. Entonces, estamos esperando por ese paquete que en ocasiones toma más de 30 días para que ellos lo puedan preparar.
So you belong to the state of Florida prison system, and they have to prepare the paperwork. I'm resetting your case to make sure you go to Lake County, and after that, you'll go to prison.
Entonces, de momento usted le pertenece a el sistema de prisiones del estado de la Florida y ellos tienen que preparar toda su documentación, toda su información, todo ese paquete para enviárselos a ellos. Cuando todo eso esté listo, entonces usted va a ser enviado al condado Lake para que resuelva el tema que tiene ahí y entonces después usted va a seguir rumbo a la prisión pues para que cumpla su sentencia.
And it's reset here June 5th to make sure you've been transported to Lake County. I hope you go by then. Good luck to you.
Por eso lo aplazamos hasta el 5 de junio para que usted sea enviado al condado Lake y entonces pues de ahí pueda continuar. Espero que para ese entonces ya usted esté allá, así que buena suerte.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
For Mr. Cortez, that doesn't appear he's here. Can you want me to
Waive
appoint,
his presence.
appoint the public defender's office, waive presence? One warrants from Osceola, no bond. Another from Osceola has a bond, 5,000, but he's being held on one of them with no bond. The reset date is June 5th. Thank you. That's it for the warrants. What's the one I need? Just the front and back of that one. Okay, I'm calling a case out of turn for, which one do you have? This one, Mycel Gonzalez on page 3. We have a detective present in court.
Number 7, he also has a private attorney I'll promote.
Oh, okay. You don't care. He doesn't care. I don't know which microphone. You can stand there. Whichever one works. You can stand to that one. That one's fine. You got him there. You have the detective. We have to swear him in as well. Detective, raise your right hand to be. Oh, you were sworn in earlier. Sorry. Our clerk swore you in earlier. He's on page 3. Who is his attorney?
Good morning, Your Honor. Teresa Williams on behalf of Mycel Gonzalez.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good to see you, Your Honor.
We're still waiting for him to come in. Also, we have a detective here. Detective, what is your name?
My name is Detective Stephen Roguro
Thank you. And what police department?
with the Miami-Dade Schools Police Department.
What'd you say?
Miami-Dade Schools Police.
Thank you. Now we're still waiting. Dallas. Okay, and so Ms. Williams, do you have a copy of the arrest affidavit?
Your Honor, I have been attempting to obtain a copy of the arrest affidavit this morning. I did send over an email in order to get that. I have not received it as of yet. I don't know if the court would entertain passing this matter in order for me to be able to review that.
So Judge, there was another private attorney who wrote in the chat that he was unable to get a copy of an arrest affidavit from the clerk's office. I don't know if there's been a change in procedure, but the state is not able to provide them at first appearance. So I just want to Maybe that's something we need to look into with the clerk, because obviously these attorneys need these affidavits before the hearing.
Can I have the in-state calendar? Can I have the in-state calendar? Mr. Cortez is here, by the way. Sir,
I can scan it, Judge, if you give me a minute. I have to go to another room.
All right, you can scan it. 1 second. She's going to send over the affidavit.
I just
We
want to
can
make
do
sure
that, Judge. And also, Your Honor, I'm available to come down in the afternoon if the court would like to pass this.
No, I'm
Okay.
She's going to scan it. She'll scan it to you. Did you put your email address in here?
I will go ahead and put that into the chat right now, Your Honor.
I just want to make sure it's not going to be a reoccurring issue, that there hasn't been some kind of change.
And thank you to the state in reference to that.
Ms. Corey,
Appreciate it.
send it to Ms. Williams.
I'll need their email addresses so they can type them in the chat.
Sir, good morning, sir. This is Mr. Gonzalez. You were arrested for some serious charges. Your lawyer's here on Zoom. We have a detective here as well. And we're going to pass your case a few minutes so that your attorney can review the arrest affidavit. All right, so the public defender just sent it to her. So just have a seat. We'll be with you shortly, okay?
Perfect. And Your Honor, I also have Mr. Gonzalez's wife, who is was in the previous room, who would like to observe the hearing if the court would permit her to be admitted. She's under JG. Her name is Jolie Gonzalez.
We'll address this after he comes back, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, Judge, we have Mr. Cortez now from the in-state calendar.
So, Miss Corey, anything sent, the name's not there, so she's okay. Miss Corey, you can't send anything unless it's been redacted, but there's no issue in this case, okay?
Okay.
That's the issue, there's nothing here. All right, Mr. Cortez, you speak English?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You have 2 warrants, one's from Osceola County, making written threats to kill, or aggravated stalking, written threats to kill. It's from October 17th of 2024. And another warrant from Osceola County from November 20th, 2024, written or electronic threats to kill or cause bodily injury. So the second case has a $5,000 bond. The first case is no bond. I appointed the public defender's office for you. Osceola County has up to 15 days to pick you up. The reset date here is June 5th to make sure you've been transported there. And once you see a judge there, they should be able to address your bond status.
I've been sentenced already to 60 months prison time.
Oh, so you're waiting on a commitment order probably. Once they get that commitment order, hopefully they'll get it soon. You'll go over to Osceola County and deal with it then. All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Next, we have, I don't know who's next, out of turn for corrections or private lawyers? Private lawyers delay me a lot. Who's here for Gilberto Milo? Is there an attorney on Zoom? You have to raise your hand on Zoom, please, if you're here. Thank you, Mr. Heller. I'm glad you're here.
What page is that on?
That's not Mr. Miller, Mr. Heller. I promoted Gilberto Milo. Is that your case? Was it Mr. Perez? I have to pass it. The attorney stepped out. This is why I get upset. I waste my time calling the case when they're not here.
Judge, the reason I raised my hand is I want to let.
I don't care, sir. It's Dominic Genovese is next. He's the next case.
No. I want to explain what's happening with the clerk.
I don't care. It's not my issue.
But we're not getting arrest forms now.
Well, they have to redact them. So go there in person and get it. Maybe they'll redact.
They don't have it available
I
on the
just
morning
sent
of the first appearance.
I just sent it to Mr. Heller.
And I'm not an administrative judge. Go complain to Judge Wolfson. She's in her office.
I will, Judge.
Judge Mendez, they're the administrative judges, or go to Judge Safety. But there's an issue with non-redacted arrest affidavits getting circulated and then published, and victims have a right to privacy. That's the issue.
I understand.
All right. Let me have Dominic Genovese, his attorney is here.
Mr. Heller, I sent it to you.
Okay, Judge, can we just pass on it shortly so I can read the arrest form? If that's okay.
Okay. Sir, Mr. Genovese, I'm passing your case a moment so your attorney can see what's going on.
Thank you.
Let me know when you're ready. Just raise your hand on Zoom.
No problem. Okay.
Family here for Victor Vargas Garcia. Good morning. Good morning.
Is that for private attorney, Judge, or other?
You're page 4.
Thank you.
Is the wife present? Is just the wife? Who are you?
Son,
Son? Do you speak English? ¿Habla inglés?
little bit.
Un poquito?
Spanish interpreter, please.
Present, Your Honor.
Good, he may need the interpreter. Sir, just take a step to his, is it the left? Is clear?
Acérquese un poquito más al micrófono, señor. Gracias.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Vargas Garcia. You were arrested for you were charged with domestic battery by strangulation.
Muy bien, buenos días, señor Vargas García. Usted está siendo acusado de agresión física de índole intrafamiliar a través de estrangulación.
So I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Le asigno el abogado de oficio para que le represente.
So your son is in court, the victim is in court. Good morning.
Buenos días a la víctima, quien se haya presente en el tribunal, y su hijo también está presente en el tribunal.
Sworn in already? Okay, thank you. She's been sworn in this earlier? Raise your right.
Levante su mano derecha, por favor. La otra mano, esa. Ahí. Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de ofrecer el día de hoy será la verdad, solo la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, please tell me your name.
Por favor, dígame su nombre.
Can you move the microphone down so she can reach you?
Esther Antón.
Ma'am,
Estel Antón.
Antone, are you afraid of Victor Vargas Garcia, your husband?
Señor Antón, ¿usted le teme al señor Víctor Vargas García, su esposo?
Para nada, no.
No, not at all.
Do you want the court to enter an order requiring him to stay away from you?
¿Usted quiere que este tribunal imponga una orden exigiéndole a él que esté alejado de usted?
No.
No.
But he forced you or threatened you to come to court today to make this statement?
¿Hay alguien que la haya forzado o la haya amenazado de alguna forma para que usted viniera aquí al tribunal hoy a decir esta declaración?
No.
No.
Thank you. State, do you have any questions for Ms. Anton?
Gracias. Se le pregunta a la fiscalía si tiene alguna pregunta para usted, señor. Un momento.
Ma'am, does your husband have any kind of mental health issues?
Señora, ¿su esposo tiene o está padeciendo algún problema de salud mental?
Sí.
Yes.
Is he getting treatment for those issues?
¿Y él está siendo atendido, está recibiendo tratamiento por esos problemas de salud?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Is he,
Ms. Corey, anything else, Ms.
is he supposed to take medicine?
¿Se supone que él tome medicamentos?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he take his medicine?
¿Y él se tomó los medicamentos?
Una parte porque él el jueves tenía una biopsia y le mandaron a suspender una parte de sus medicamentos.
Just a portion of it, because on Thursday he was supposed to undergo a biopsy and he was ordered to stop part of those medicines.
Do you think that's why maybe this happened?
¿Cree usted que quizás esa fue la razón por la cual esto ocurrió?
Puede ser.
It's possible.
I don't have any more questions, Judge.
No tengo más preguntas, su señoría.
Ms. Corey, any questions?
No, Judge.
La defensa no tiene preguntas.
Judge, he's 61 years old. I don't see any criminal history. These are really scary allegations. It does seem as though he's got the mental health conditions in check.
Su señoría, el señor tiene 61 años de edad y no ve aquí ningún historial delictivo. Estas son acusaciones o alegaciones bastante tenebrosas, pero también vemos que al parecer tiene su situación de salud mental bajo control.
It looks like in addition to his wife, there's also some family members here in court. I want to make sure they're comfortable with him coming home with the victim before Your Honor modifies the stay away order.
Okay.
Al parecer tenemos en la sala del tribunal presentes otros familiares también acompañando a la esposa, la presunta víctima, y quiero asegurarme que todos se sienten cómodos con la idea de que él regrese a casa a su esposa.
So, sir, what is your name?
¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Vargas.
Noel Mifaldes.
I couldn't understand.
Joelvis Vargas.
And, or sir, are you okay? Do you think your father's okay to go home? And do you think your mother will be safe if your father comes home?
Y señor, ¿usted le parece bien que su papá regrese a la casa? ¿Cree usted que su mamá va a estar sana y a salvo con su padre de regreso en casa?
Sí.
Yes.
Does anyone else live in the home with them?
¿Hay alguien más que viva en casa con ustedes?
Sí, mi hermano.
Yes, my brother.
And the brother's in court?
Yes.
¿Y su hermano está en el tribunal?
Sí.
Yes.
And you can make sure the dad's taking the medicine and everything's safe?
¿Y puede él asegurarse que el papá se tome las medicinas y que todos estén a salvo?
Sí, pero si quiere pregúntale a él, él está aquí. Ven.
Yes, but if you want to ask him, he's right here.
All right, sir, can you make sure, what is your name, please?
Su nombre, por
What is it?
Yadir Vargas.
Okay. Wait. Raise your right hand to be sworn.
Levanta su mano derecha para ser juramentado. ¿Jura usted que el testimonio que está a punto de ofrecer será la verdad, solo la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Miss Seth, you wanted a question?
We're gonna make sure your parents are okay. I don't want anything bad to happen to either of them.
¿Cree usted que sus padres van a estar bien ambos? ¿Pueden asegurarse ustedes que estén todo bien? Es que no quiero que nada malo le pase a ninguno de los dos.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Corey?
¿Algo más?
With modification, I guess it is what it is.
Judge, I would ask if you would consider releasing Mr. Vargas Garcia so that he can have his biopsy tomorrow so it's not delayed, and then he can get back on his medications hopefully.
Pide la defensa, su señoría, por favor. Le ruego que usted libere al señor Vargas García para que él pueda asistir a su turno médico para que le hagan la biopsia y pueda regresar de inmediato a tomar sus medicamentos y todo esté bien.
Sir, I'm entering a modified stay away order from the alleged victim, Esther Anton.
Señor Vargas García, le estoy imponiendo una orden de alejamiento modificada de la señora Esther Antón.
You are allowed to have contact with the alleged victim. You are prohibited from being threatening or violent towards her in any manner whatsoever.
A usted sí se le permite tener contacto con la señora, pero se le prohíbe tener ningún tipo de contacto que sea violento ni agresivo de ninguna forma.
Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs.
Usted no puede involucrarse en ninguna actividad delictiva y usted no puede consumir ni estar en tenencia de ninguna droga ilícita.
Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Usted no puede utilizar, comprar, llevar consigo o portar ningún tipo de arma de fuego o munición.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court.
Usted tiene que entregar inmediatamente a la estación policial que le quede más cercana cualquier arma de fuego, munición o permiso para portar armas ocultas que usted tenga y el recibo que le den, presentarlo al tribunal.
You understand the stay away order, sir? Modified stay.
Señor Vargas García, ¿entiende usted esta orden de alejamiento modificada?
Sí.
Yes.
I have the bondsman in court as well. He'll get him out quickly, right? There's probable cause. The allegations here are quite serious, and I'm setting a bond. It's going to be $3,500. Okay?
Muy bien, tenemos al fiancista también presente en tribunales, tenemos motivo fundado. Estas acusaciones son bastante serias. Estoy estableciendo la fianza en $3,500. Tengan buen día.
Ms. Anton, your husband's going to have court in about 1 month. Please reach out to the Public Defender's Office at 305-545-1600 to keep his attorney updated with regard to his medical status, please.
Señora Antón, su esposo va a tener una cita en tribunales como de aquí a un mes. Comuníquese con la oficina de los abogados de oficio al número 305-545-1600 para que usted le informe al abogado de oficio representando a su esposo acerca de cómo va lo de los medicamentos y cómo va su estado de salud y todo.
Thank you. All right, so, thank you. Now I'm going back to the cases I passed. Mr. Heller, I see you here. That's good. I'm call you as soon as the other attorney
No,
goes.
no worries, Judge. I just want to let you know the corrections website shows 2 cases, but I don't know if that's reflected on the docket.
Not in your case, and I don't want to spend any extra time thinking about it because I'm gonna have to talk about it again. So I'm gonna attend when I'm ready to go.
Judge Corrections does have Mr. Gonzalez ready, his attorney.
I'm ready for Misael Gonzalez. I have a detective here. I have an attorney here.
They're bringing him in.
Miss Williams, you were saying the wife is here? I don't need to take testimony from her. She can listen.
Your Honor, you don't. She is able to listen from the room that she's in, and I just wanted to verify that with her. And so we're completely okay on that issue. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. Sir, you were arrested for 4 counts of lewd and lascivious battery by an authority figure, 5 counts of engaging in, it says sex act with a familial or custodial child, 5 counts of offenses against students by authority figures, 2 counts of interference with custody, 5 counts of child abuse, 4 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation with a child by an authority figure, and 1 count of unlawful sexual activity with a minor. So those are the allegations. Your attorney is here, and counsel, can you please state your name for the record?
Teresa Williams on behalf of Misael Gonzalez.
Good morning, thank you. There's a detective in court. Detective Rovira is here, and he's been sworn in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Detective, why are you here?
Just want to make sure the court is aware this came as a result of another investigation. We do have additional victims, all similar cases. And just
Your Honor, I'm going to object to the court and entertaining any argument in reference to that. There is no sworn affidavit containing the details of those offenses or those allegations before the court. If those allegations are viable, how come an arrest hasn't been made yet? My client has been a dedicated high school teacher for several decades, and this is the first time that there's been any type of a problem or any type of allegations against my client. This man has been teaching high school students since he's a young man. He's got a master's degree in education. I believe that he was pursuing his doctorate, and he has been a dedicated professional for Miami-Dade County schools for a significant period. What the court will see when they read this PC affidavit is that the rumor mill started to swirl in this case. And I would ask that the court only consider the facts that are before it on this particular case and not essentially have and not consider a simple allegation without any sworn testimony or anything else before the court.
Okay, that sounds fair enough. I'm only considering the allegations contained in this arrest affidavit. So these allegations go back to, it says May 15th, but I believe it went back to last year, in September, between September 2024 and February 2025. So do you have any argument regarding probable cause relating to this arrest affidavit?
Your Honor, my argument in regard to probable cause is that it's clearly a he said, she said. There is no physical evidence where there should be. When one looks at the PC affidavit, what the court will see is there is not one reference to any type of a message, any type of an email, any type of a text message between the parties. And this is explained away in this relationship that essentially lasted for the duration that the court has just specified. There's no explanation for that. There's a discussion about photos that were taken, but they're no longer available. There are no witnesses that are presented or referred to in the PC affidavit. There is no physical evidence referred to in the PC affidavit. And again, Your Honor, it's our position that the rumor mill has swirled, and we are asking this court not to detain my client. I'm asking for a reasonable bond conditions in light of the fact that there isn't a substantial probability of conviction when looking at the PC affidavit in the case. I would ask the court to consider reasonable conditions of bond today.
Okay, thank you. Let me hear from the state.
So there is probable cause based upon what the victim disclosed. Additionally, counsel mentioned a lack of digital evidence, but the affidavit does state that the defendant instructed the victim to delete images. So it appears that he was trying to hide this illicit relationship with the students. There is PC. The state did file a motion for pretrial detention, requesting that the case be reset in division tomorrow to schedule the hearing.
Your Honor, if I may address
Yes.
the reset of the pretrial detention hearing. It's my understanding that pursuant to Florida Statute 907.041, which is the pretrial detention statute, that the court may detain the defendant or pending that pretrial detention hearing. That is not a shall. It is my understanding that that's discretionary within the court. I'm going to ask the court again, in light of the lack of physical evidence referred to in the PC affidavit, the lack of witnesses referred to in the PC affidavit, the fact that my client has been a school teacher for probably over 2 decades and has no prior record, no prior contacts with the system, and nothing other than these allegations which just arose after decades. I'd ask the court to take that into consideration, that there isn't a substantial probability of conviction based on what's contained. Additionally, Your Honor, Mr. Gonzalez is not a flight risk at all. He has been in this country since he's 10 years old. He was a naturalized citizen back in the 90s. He's from Cuba. He has no other contacts outside of the country. He lives in Broward County and owns his home. He's lived there for 17 years. He's married for 24 years. Has 3 children. One is college age. All 3 live in the home. They are financially dependent on Mr. Gonzalez in order to be able to meet their everyday needs. His youngest child is disabled. And essentially, Your Honor, a reasonable bond of $25,000 is significant for this family. I would ask this court to consider a $25,000 bond with an electronic monitor. We have no objection to that, and that would be pursuant to 904-0414B. We would ask the court to release Mr. Gonzalez as based on the fact, again, no prior record. The man is 55 years old. No reference to physical or substantial evidence in the case. And we would ask the court to release him today rather than holding him pending this pretrial detention, as this is extremely stressful for his family. I don't believe the state has met the threshold or will meet the threshold for pretrial detention. And there certainly are reasonable measures that are available to ensure Mr. Gonzalez coming back into court. And I would submit that he is not a danger to the community based on the restrictions that this court can reasonably place pursuant to the law. And I would ask the court at this time to set a reasonable bond and not detain him pending the pretrial detention hearing.
Okay, thank you. Give me a moment. State, I have a question. Is count 1 through 4, it's a lewd lascivious battery. Has that become a first-degree felony because he's an authority figure, a teacher?
Yeah.
And count 2, it's talking about family or custodial. How is there problem?
Again, because he was her teacher.
But he has no custodial control over her as a teacher.
Because I believe that him being her teacher would qualify under the statute.
Under 794.011?
Yes, we can look.
I want to take a look at that. Excuse me.
Your Honor, I'm going to stipulate to that. She's correct.
She is correct. Okay, well, thank you. All right, so then it comes down to whether or not the state would agree to a bond now, given what the council just recited, that he's not a flight risk. There's no physical evidence. It's only the victim's statements about what had occurred. There's no physical evidence, no text, no photos, and no other scientific evidence.
Also, I don't know the totality of the evidence. This is just the first appearance. There may be additional evidence. This is just basically a probable cause affidavit. It's not the entirety of the investigation.
Your Honor, I would argue that this court is to consider the 4 corners of the affidavit in regard to whether or not to detain the defendant pending the pretrial detention hearing. And on the 4 corners, I would submit that the court's discretion of permitting him to be released, if after hearing further evidence, the trial division can take him back into custody. Mr. Gonzalez should be notified that if he does post a bond, I believe the statute says this, that if he posts a bond, he would lose the bond. But if the court releases him prior to the pretrial detention hearing, he can still be taken back into custody if the state does have some additional evidence. But that's not before the court today. And I would ask the court, again, to release him under reasonable conditions based on the four corners of the affidavit.
All right, thank you. Sir, I'm ordering that you stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are LP. No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment, if any, at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, Ms. Williams, you make a very strong argument. However, I'm finding probable cause based on the four corners of this arrest affidavit, and I believe he should be held with no bond based on the motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing pursuant to Florida statute 907.041. So counts 1 through 4 will be no bond. Counts 5 through 9 is also no bond. The next 5 counts, which are the offenses against students by authority figures, that is incorporated in count 2. State, you want me to set that at $1 each count? I mean, $1,000 each count? I don't know what you're looking for.
That is fine.
Pardon me?
1,000 is fine.
Right, so I don't have my calendar. What counts are those? 10 through 14. I don't know what my calendar is. It's $1,000 each count for 10 through 14. Then count 15 and 16 interference with custody. There's probable cause for that charge. That's $2,500 for count 15 and count 16. And then you have child abuse. I don't usually see the child abuse charge with these
Your Honor,
types.
I'd ask for an ROR because that's kind of subsumed.
It is subsumed. State, what is your position? Do you want
On those as well.
$1 each count, or you want
There's probable cause in it for it, but I understand counsel.
you want $1,000 or you want $1 each count, Ms. Williams?
$1 each count, Your Honor, please.
So that's count what, 17 through 21? All right, count 17 through 21 will be $1 bond each count, since child abuse is subsumed into the other charges, more serious charge. So then we have count 22, 23, 24, and 25, which is a lewd lascivious molestation by an authority figure. That's also no bond. And that's pursuant to 907.041. And then the last count, the unlawful sexual activity with a minor, is a second-degree felony. So I'll set that, that's count 26. I'll set that bond. It's a second-degree felony. State, you want $7,500?
Yes.
$7,500 bond on that count. Sir, you have a very good lawyer. Listen to what she tells you. There's going to be a court hearing tomorrow before Judge Millian in courtroom 7-2 at I believe at 9 a.m. So your lawyer can readdress your bond status at that time, and the state can, and she can argue that you should be released. The state will request a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention. Is there anything further, Ms. Williams? Anything you want to say to your client?
Your Honor, thank you very much for the time and consideration. Ms. Ale, we will be in touch. I'll be down to visit you shortly, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good day. Thank you, Detective.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Heller is next. He's been patiently waiting. This is the complaint. I'll take all your complaints, Mr. Heller. I got to promote you again. The floor is yours, Mr. Heller, if I can promote you. Who are you? Raise your hand. I don't see you. Thank you. Good morning. This is Mr. Genovese. Sir, do you speak English?
Yeah, yep.
Good morning again, Your Honor.
Good morning. So now the floor is all yours, or that should.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm under the weather today. Judge, I have his parents they flew down from Connecticut and they're observing at the airport on their phone. But I just wanted to clear something up. Mr. Genovese was arrested and there was one case in the system last night. When I pulled it up again this morning, there appeared to be a second case added on, an F-25-10334. I only have the arrest form, and Ms. Corey was kind enough to send me the arrest form for 10311, but I don't know what happened with the other case.
I don't. What's that other charge for? We can always have it pulled up. And
Yeah, it's attempted.
The second one that they just added was burglary, occupied structure, attempt, and domestic violence.
It looks like I may have to reset them for the afternoon, unless the clerk can get a copy of it now. I don't know if it's the same
Yeah, I can screen share it, but then your honor doesn't have a physical copy. It doesn't matter.
The same victim?
I haven't read it yet. Give me a second. We can read it together.
Why did she sound muffled?
Yeah, you sound muzzled, Miss F. It's that new computer.
I will talk to
your IT people.
Yes.
Yeah, your microphone is just terrible.
Okay, I'll talk to them.
You know, a separate microphone that you could add to your computer that.
Okay.
So, Mr. Heller, I'm sorry, I need that other case number.
F-25-10344.
All right, so, sir, you have two cases. You want me to do it now and you'll get the A form? F-25-10344, is that what you said?
10334.
It's 10334.
10334, thank you. Okay. So, sir, you got arrested for two cases. One of them is before me with burglary to an occupied structure, robbery by sudden snatching, tampering with a victim, and attempted criminal mischief. You have another case. Can you put it up real quick, Ms. F?
The case number or the narrative?
The narrative with the charges.
Okay, got it.
The other one is from September 8th of 2024. The charge is attempted burglary to an occupied structure. So Mr. Heller is here. You have a very good lawyer representing you. Let him speak. Don't talk about the facts. Let me review this real quick.
Absolutely.
The new one, Judge?
The new one I'm reading real quick. Is it the same victim?
It is the same victim. Looks like it should be a 2-hour.
Can you go up, please? Okay, there's probable cause for attempted burglary to an occupied dwelling. On that case, and on the other one, I have to read it. This is from May 14th, sir. Okay, I had a chance to review it. Nothing.
I'm sorry.
All I'll say.
Okay, Judge, I've reviewed the arrest affidavit as well as Ms. Seth was kind enough to show the second one. As far as probable cause in the first one, I don't have an argument per se. The other case, you found probable cause already. I'm not so sure it's an attempted burglary or even an attempted trespass. I mean, you didn't, we don't know if there has to be an intent to commit a crime therein, and just,
Trying to pick the lock.
The door handle was missing.
what's that? I'm sorry?
Abram says that the door handle was missing from him trying to get in there.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay. Well, Judge, the bottom line is my client has no prior record. He is a student at Florida Atlantic University. He also works at Aventura Country Club on the golf course.
He'll leave this girl alone after that. Why don't we let him sit in jail and reset it next week? Let him spend Memorial Day weekend there. I'm sure the parents would agree. Do you realize the aggravation you're causing yourself for some girl? The victim is right not to be bothered. You have to leave her alone. I'm going to read a stay away order. What do you think, Mr. Heller? Should we reset it later or next time?
I would prefer that he come out. The family has come down. They're going to speak with him, sit down with him. They flew early this morning from Connecticut. He lives in Fort Lauderdale, so he's nowhere near her. He needs to stay out of anywhere near. He'd probably stay out of Dade County right now unless he has to come to court.
All right. So, sir, I am entering a stay away order from the alleged victim, Meredith. It's Chandler or Chandler? Let me see. Chandler. They didn't write her name correctly. It's L-E-R. So no contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the alleged victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the alleged victim, her home, her school, and any place of employment at all times. Do you understand that so far?
I do, yep.
All right, so no texting, emailing, TikTok messages, Facebook messages, or any other electronic social media messages, okay?
Yeah.
Do not, and also stay at least 500 feet away from her home, school, and place of employment. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the stay away order?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Can I have another stay away order? I gotta write up the same one. Why is it domestic, by the way? He didn't live with her, did he? And they have no kids. Did he ever live with her, Mr. Heller? Yeah.
I couldn't hear you, Judge. I apologize.
Together?
I don't think they did, but I just assume they might have, but they were boyfriend, girlfriend, so it's a dating relationship, but they label these usually as domestic.
Ever live with her?
No, we're planning on it, but like I would stay at her place for a while, she'd stay at mine for a while. Never really.
Domestic stay away orders, but really it should be a non-domestic stay away order. They didn't live together and have no children. Regardless of that, sir, you need to get some counseling. You really do. It will help you feel better. You got a whole ahead of you. You'll meet somebody who wants to spend time with you, but you leave this victim alone. And I'm sure they're going to speak to you about it, maybe get you some counseling. What do you want me to do in terms of a bond? What?
Just set a bond. Just set a bond.
I know I'm going to set a bond. I was going to say on F25-10334, the attempted burglary, I was going to set that at $1,000. On the other case, the one from May 14th, 2 weeks ago, it looks like he's going back there to try and get stuff he gave her. He thinks he has a right to get it back. You don't. Anyways, count one is burglary to an occupied dwelling. I'll set that bond at $5,000. Count two, robbery by sudden snatching. There's probable cause for that. I'll set, that's, I guess, for the phone. I'll set that bond at $1,000. Count three, there's probable cause for tampering with the victim of a second-degree felony. That becomes a first. Is it a tampering? Let me see something. You took the phone.
Right. So it's tampering with the burglary. So it does become the first, whatever bond you're on feels appropriate.
Count three, tampering with the victim. I'll set that at $1,500. And count four, attempted criminal, it's probable cause for criminal mischief. He cracked her phone. It's no value, $150 in count 4. So I did lower your bonds a little bit, but let me just stress to you, sir, if you pick up any new law violation or you violate the court stay away order and you get rearrested, you will be locked up in jail until your trial.
For sure, I
So
understand.
it's your only chance to stay away from her, have no contact with her. When you go home, delete all your photos and everything else and the phone number so you move on, okay?
Yeah, understood. For
Good.
sure.
Talk to your lawyer, talk to your parents. Anything else, Mr. Heller?
No, thank you, Judge. Thank you for accommodating me.
Have a nice day. Good luck
You
to you.
too.
Thank you.
And so you'll get me a copy of the other, you'll get me a copy so I can fill it out. Mr. Perez, we called you, and so you got put to the end of the calendar because you weren't here.
Yeah.
So you're going to see you back at 3. Come on, I need Mr. Perez is here. Let me call this case.
Thank you.
Gilberto Milo.
Yes, Judge. I haven't been in front of Judge Parrish, Judge Menzer, so I haven't looked at the A form.
Oh, do you need to see a copy first?
If I could see it.
Hold on a second, Mr. President, let's take a look at the arrest affidavit.
I know. I'll just look at it real quick.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, I'll take a joke.
Your Honor, they went to go pick him up.
They went to get him. Do you have another courtroom to go to and you want to come back? Are you all done? Just don't forget about us. We have lawyers that forget about us. You don't see them the rest of the day. How long will it be? About 15 minutes?
Your Honor, he's present.
Oh, he's there. That's good. All right. Good morning, sir. 1 second.
Spanish, please.
Present. This is Mr. Gilberto Milo. Sir, you were arrested for burglary to an unoccupied dwelling and burglary to an unoccupied conveyance.
Muy bien, buenos días, señor. Usted fue arrestado por allanamiento a una morada no ocupada y además a un medio de transporte no ocupado.
So your attorney is here. You want to announce your name for the record, please?
Richard Perez on behalf of Gilberto Milo.
Su abogado se halla presente en la sala del tribunal. Señor, se acaba de presentar para las actas.
Your Honor, here the INS hold.
Indica correccionales que usted tiene una retención por parte de la Agencia de Seguridad Nacional.
Judge, two burglaries, one for the boat slip and one for the actual boats. No dwelling.
No what?
Dwelling.
You said no dwelling.
Okay, so.
Unless those boats, people live on them there. Maybe that's why.
I think the boat was a conveyance, but the interpreter.
Entonces se está indicando la fiscalía que aquí no tenemos morada, que esto se relaciona solamente con embarcaciones o botes, que es un medio de transporte, no una morada.
He was tied to it by a fingerprint and cell sites.
I'm sorry, counsel, could you repeat for the interpreter fingerprints and?
From fingerprints and cell sites.
Entonces se hizo la conexión a través de huellas dactilares en Southside.
1 second. So, sir,
Un segundo, por favor.
order to stay away from the Miami Beach Marina Harbor at 300 Alton Road in Miami Beach, Florida.
Muy bien, señora. A usted se le ordena estar alejado de la marina en Alton, que está ubicada en el 300 de Alton Road en Miami Beach.
Would it be for going through the locked doors to get onto the docks? Is that a structure or is that a trespass?
Pregunta a su señoría, pero esto por pasar por las puertas cerradas, ¿eso sería pues allanamiento o entrada de estructura o más bien una entrada sin permiso?
Judge, I would make an argument that would be a trespass, a misdemeanor trespass.
I don't know. You have my.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Indica el abogado suyo que precisamente su argumento es que eso sería una entrada sin permiso en calidad de delito menor.
Right, just so we're clear, this is a case from November 22nd of 2024.
Para que estemos bien claros, esto es un caso que data del 22 de noviembre del 2024.
So he went through the lock gate to get onto the dock to a boat slip.
Entonces, esto se trata de cuando él atravesó el portón o puerta que estaba cerrada para llegar pues hasta el muelle y tener acceso a los botes.
So, any arguments regarding probable cause?
No, Judge, just that
It's burglary to a conveyance.
conveyance, as long as it's conveyance, yes, Judge.
Count one should be burglary. I didn't give the value of the boat, but those boats, they're expensive on that marina.
Entonces, pregunta a su señoría si hay algún argumento con relación a motivos fundados. Su abogado indica que no tiene argumento con relación al motivo fundado. Su señoría reitera que esto sería allanamiento a un medio de transporte, que aunque no se indica el valor de estos botes, se sabe que estos botes son bien caros.
Right, so he has an immigration hold, so whatever bond I set, you may want to consult with an immigration lawyer before you post your bond.
Recuerden que aquí tenemos una retención por parte de las autoridades migratorias, así que no importa qué fianza yo le establezca, quizás quieran asegurarse primero de conversar con un abogado de migración antes de pagar ninguna fianza.
So would count one be a trespass state?
I'm not sure. Let me see what it sounds like it.
They have it's a locked gate to
I
walk.
don't know. I think it's going to be very fact specific.
Entonces pregunta a su señoría fiscalía, ¿acaso esto no debería ser en la acusación número 1 una entrada sin permiso? Aquí tenemos un portón o puerta con candado, cerrada. La fiscalía lo verifica porque indica que esto sería muy específico con relación a los hechos.
Maybe if it's covered, it could be considered like a structure.
There's a lock. I don't know what you're looking at, but they have lock gates to get to those boats. You see that right there?
Maybe it's a structure.
Pardon me? Structure? Okay. Count one, there's probable cause for burglary to a structure.
Entonces establece que tenemos motivo fundado en el cargo 1 para allanamiento a una estructura.
Count two, there's probable cause for burglary to a conveyance. That bond is $2,500.
Very well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Y en cuanto al cargo número 2, allanamiento a un medio de transporte, esa fianza es de $2,500. Your Honor, for the interpreter, what was the bond on the first one?
$2,500, count one. And $2,500, count two.
Oh, serían $2,500 en el cargo 1 y $2,500 en el cargo 2.
Can I see? Okay. So that's it. You have an immigration hold. You have a good lawyer. Listen to what he tells you.
Thank you, Judge. Sí,
Entonces, eso es todo, señor. Usted tiene retención por parte de las autoridades migratorias. Tiene un muy buen abogado. Por favor, escuche sus consejos y tenga buen día.
Good day.
You too. Take care. Nice seeing you. Give me 1 second, please. I have another one out of turn. There's which one? This one or this one for families in court for Tyrese Jackson on page 5. Is he there?
Present?
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. You were arrested for carjacking, robbery/carjacking from May 18th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Who are you, ma'am? Is your girlfriend? Oh, your girlfriend's in court, so I'm reviewing this. There's probable cause for carjacking. You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, whose initials are JD. No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, sir? Anyway, I'm saying as follows: the state filed a motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing pursuant to Florida statute 907.041. And since Carjacking is considered a dangerous crime. It's a first-degree felony. I'm granting the motion, holding you with no bond, and you'll see a judge tomorrow. It's Judge Courtroom 3-2. So I'm sorry about that, but the division judge has to readdress your bond status, sir. Good luck to you.
So can I get his public defender information?
So the public defender's phone number is 305-545-1600. Do you want to write down the public defender's information? 305-545-1600. But they probably won't assign a lawyer until tomorrow. It takes him 24 hours. He's going to have a court hearing tomorrow in courtroom 3-2 regarding the motion for pretrial detention, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Nice seeing you.
Take care,
Yeah,
man.
my brother from Juvenile.
Oh, yeah. I'm
And my cousin that you went to school with.
Is he doing all right now?
Yeah, they both doing good.
Awesome. Take care.
Nice seeing you.
Nice. Next, Juan Rivera on page 12. Hey, listen, you're presumed not guilty. You got good lawyers there at the public defender's office. Relax. Let them do their job, okay? I know you're going to do the best and their hardest to try and get you out.
Rivera added charges, more dine and dash.
Got it.
Which case was called?
Juan Rivera, page 12. He's very generous. He also ordered food for the rest of the patrons in the restaurant too.
These are added charges.
Number 34. Miss Ed, could you move your computer microphone a little bit further away from you and see if that helps?
Further, so I put in a ticket for the help desk. We'll see what they can do. Hopefully they'll come by this afternoon.
Best Buy and buy a new microphone.
I know on Monday it was great. It was the clearest it's ever been, and then all of a sudden
I
it was the most
my
muffled.
laptop microphone because I was in a different office.
Good morning, Mr. Rivera. Do you speak English?
English.
English. Hello, good morning.
Arrested for a case from May 8th. It's organized fraud, 2 counts of petty theft, 2 or more convictions, and 2 counts of defrauding an innkeeper. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Want to keep reading this? So there's probable cause. I don't know. Organized fraud here. You are ordered to stay away from the Best Western Hotel at 13700 Southwest 139th Court in Miami, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that store, and you must stay away from their surf. And that store, that restaurant, that hotel, at the restaurant at the hotel. Stay out of the hotel.
Judge, I'd ask you to find no public cause for count 1.
It's a bit iffy. State.
$1's fine. We'll see what we find.
All right, $1 count 1 for organized fraud. Count 2 and 3 petty theft, 2 or more convictions. There's probable cause, $2,500 count 2, $2,500 bond for count 3, and count 4, defrauding an innkeeper. There's probable cause for 2 counts. If you want 1,000 each count, it's sort of similar to count 2.
It's a M2 judge, 150.
150 count 4 and 150 count 5. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, also, I see a bunch of officers logged on to Zoom. If they have any cases that they want to call out of turn, just write it in the chat. We'll call them.
I'm happy to call anybody out of turn. Just type the case of the name you're here for. That's for the officers or attorneys. Victims have to wait a little bit. So do bondsmen. Jordan Pickney. But we try and get people out quickly if we can. What do we got?
Your Honor, Pickney refused court.
Jackson's, is this added?
Yes, this is the added charge.
We can waive his presence.
He's parent in the victim's home. Let's bring him in and do a stay away order. What happened? He refused?
Yes, Your Honor, he's in pretrial detention. He refused.
Right, he's already in the bond on the, well, okay, Judge.
Victim in this case?
And these are added charges. He has 2 additional charges in custody.
All right, I'll reset it for the afternoon. We'll see if he comes in. He may get an invitation, special one, an order.
It'll probably be if it's pre-trial detention, it may be tomorrow morning.
Okay, so
It looks like the victim's here. She wants to stay away order.
is the victim here?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. The victim, Adam, what does he refuse court today?
Yes.
Put the victim on and let them be heard. The victim want to raise their hand and I can address it?
It's Ms. Martin.
Make a note. Thank you. Ms. Martin, if you want to put on your video and unmute, I can swear you in and take testimony.
Ms. Martin.
Good morning, ma'am. Raise your right hand to be sworn, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this proceeding?
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
I do.
Thank you. You put your hand down. What is your name, please?
My name's Melissa Martin.
Okay. So the defendant, Jordan, I'm sorry, it's Mr. Pickney. No, is that the one? Yeah. Mr. Pickney refused court, and I'm going to do an order for him to appear in the afternoon so that we can read a stay away order. But what did you want to tell the court?
I've never had this happen. I don't know. I was called by the detective this morning and told that I didn't actually even have to appear, but I find it strange he refused to appear in court. I'm getting information that he was actually out on bond for something unrelated to my incident. And I guess by the time the detective identified him, he was already in jail for something else.
Okay. 1 second. I'm appointing the public defender's office for Mr. Pickney. I don't know if the public defender has any probable cause argument. He's charged with an attempted burglary. Should it be a voyeurism charge?
That's the thing. I'm unsure as to why he was arrested already. He was in jail by the time the detective identified him in my case. All I could say is that I was home Thursday evening and he approached my door, and when I guess he was startled. He caught off guard that I answered the video, or didn't answer. He actually didn't ring it. I set it up to speak to him and ask if I could help him with something. He claimed he was there to deliver a pizza for DoorDash, and I said I didn't place any delivery, that he had to leave. Or I just said I didn't place any order. You have the wrong place. He apologized. He asked for some sort of Jackson Street. He left. I called the police to say I found it odd. I thought he was just staking a place to rob. But as I was on the phone with the dispatcher, he actually returned about 8 minutes later, this time peeking in my front door glass. After that, I locked myself in one of my bedrooms and he went past the no trespassing sign on my property towards my backyard. I could hear him trying to get in through the back door as I was on the phone with the operator. Police missed him by about 2 minutes because I'm on the cusp of Coral Gables and Coconut Grove. So I guess my call went to Miami-Dade. There was a lot of transferring back and forth to Coral Gables police. But on the camera, he's leaving about 2 minutes before police got there. And from what I'm gathering, it seems he has another case. I guess he went on to actually burglarize another property after he attempted mine.
So, ma'am, based on when you were home at the time?
I was home at the time, and he was aware that I was home at the time. I told him I didn't place any order. He had no reason to come back to my property, and he definitely didn't have a reason to go into my backyard past the no trespassing sign.
Okay. State, any questions for Ms. Martin?
Questions.
Ms. Corey, any questions for Ms. Martin?
No, Judge.
Now, there's probable cause for an attempted burglary to an occupied dwelling. That being said, we're going to reset the case in the afternoon, If he's not here in the afternoon, I'll bring him in tomorrow morning, and then we'll read the stay away order, ma'am, and I'll set up the appropriate bond.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, so, wait a minute. This is corrections. Any out of turns for you? Did I do them all?
Mr. Paul, number 40.
Thank you. What page is that? The end? I got it. Demetrius Paul.
Added charge.
Yeah, this is added charge.
Page 15.
Mr. Paul is present.
And Mr. Paul, you were arrested for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause for the charge. You are ordered to stay away from the Dollar Tree store at 120 Northeast 8th Street in Homestead, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that store. You must stay away from there, sir. I'm setting a bond. It's $2,500. Have a good day. Next is Penelope Liz. Who's that one?
She's a bond out?
Yeah. Bond out, thank you. Brunette Moussan.
Susan is present.
Hey, ma'am, you were arrested for burglary to an unoccupied conveyance, battery, and criminal mischief. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So let me review.
Looks like a burglary with a battery.
I don't know. We don't know if he was in the car when she struck him with the fair device.
We can reset it to PSH.
So she got into an accident with the victim. She denies approaching him. She did approach him, kicked the driver's door several times while he was inside. She denied entering the taxi cab or striking him. So it was a car accident. She got upset and then there's violence. Ma'am, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Kesnel Delva. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home and school, and place of employment at all times. I mean, I'm okay setting a bond. She has no priors, and the officer didn't charge it like that.
Would you rather do a bond plus house arrest? If not, the state's requesting the hearing.
Do you have money to post the bond, ma'am?
Do you think so, Judge?
Also, Judge, it may be an aggravated.
What?
It may be an aggravated battery because the victim was struck with the fare meter.
That's the device. They don't have. They don't describe.
Exactly, the victim was transported.
The hospital. Yeah, it could have been also for the accident. Looks like he may have caused. She got upset. She has no priors. How long have you lived in Miami for, ma'am? All your life?
All my life.
I gave you a bond alternate house arrest if that's.
Okay, Judge.
House arrest with a GPS monitor. Level 3 house arrest with a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Does she work at night or no?
No, Judge.
With the alternate bond, count 1, burglary to the unoccupied conveyance is $2,500. Count 2, battery is $1,000, and count 3, criminal mischief is $500.
It's over the state's objection. The state is requesting a bond plus house arrest.
Good day, ma'am. Next, we have Travis Dye on page 2. Good morning, Mr. Dye. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell cocaine, possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted felon, use of a firearm during a felony, and loitering or prowling. And I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Please give me a moment while I review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. So it's not clear. It says that he had multiple bags, but they don't say how many. How do I?
It talks about money, but we don't have a weight or an amount of bags.
Count 1 is probable cause for armed possession of cocaine. That bond will be $2,500. Count 2, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon is $7,500. Count 3, use of a firearm during a felony. You want $1 on that, Ms. Corey?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, $1. Count 3 is a necessary element of count 2. And count 4, loitering or prowling is $150. Have a good day. Next, Charles Alvarez, page 2.
Your Honor, he has a hold for Broward County for a VOP.
Good morning, sir. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There is probable cause for the charge. Your bond is $2,500. Have a nice day. Next, Jonathan Riggins is next, page 2.
Just possession and maybe tap.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Riggins. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell crystal meth and/or crack, possession of drug paraphernalia, and prohibited camping on Miami Beach. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So the state says it should just be possession. You're not allowed to sleep on the beach. They have zero tolerance for that.
Judge, would you consider tap for Mr. Reagan?
Take a look. Yeah, that might be okay. Let me see if there's any prior sleeping on the beach. No, okay.
Just arrested for trespass like a week ago.
One warning from me. You can't sleep on Miami Beach. The police will arrest you and they'll bring you here and they'll look to get the maximum sentence, maybe 60 days. Don't sleep on the beach. Go to Hollywood, go north, go to another state, but not at Miami Beach because they will arrest you for sleeping on the beach, any part of the beach, okay?
Sorry, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. Tap alternate. They have homeless shelters. They offer you shelter as well if you don't have a place to stay. But I know it's nice on the beach, sleeping under the stars and stuff, but it's just not safe, okay? And they have to follow the rules and the laws. Tap alternate bond. Count 1, possession of a controlled substance will be $1,000. Count 2, Possession of drug paraphernalia is $500 and count 3 prohibited camping is $150. So you have to come back to court for your arraignment on June 20th at 9 a.m. courtroom 2-3 before Judge Gamez. All right, you have a nice day, sir. Take care. Next is Cristobal Mendez Rodriguez on page 2.
He's out on felony bond.
Good morning, sir.
Spanish, please.
You were arrested for possession with intent to sell conspiracy for possession with intent to sell cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Muy bien, señor. Buenos días. Usted fue arrestado por confabular para estar en tenencia de cocaína con la intención de venta. Le asigno el abogado de oficio para que le represente.
So also public defender's office is appointed and you're also out on felony bond. There's a hold for you to see your division judge tomorrow.
Entonces, usted estaba fuera bajo fianza por delito mayor, lo que significa que tendrá una retención para que se enfrente a su juez de división mañana.
The case from March 18th of 2025.
Este caso data del 18 de marzo del 2025.
Judge, I believe this is going to predate.
Oh, so no, on F25-9389. This case predates his open case.
Explica su señoría que en el caso F259389, este caso acá es más antiguo que el caso actual de delito mayor que usted tiene pendiente.
There's probable cause for possession. Is that conspiracy? It's completed. I see the one giving it. Hold on a second.
Un momento, por favor.
I mean, it is a conspiracy and that there's a co-defendant, but there's PC for the completed offense as well.
Give me a second to finish reading.
Indica la fiscalía que aquí tenemos un coacusado también, de ahí la razón de la confabulación y que existe motivo fundado suficiente para la acusación.
Okay, so there's probable cause for sale, possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of a temple.
Muy bien, tenemos motivo fundado para estar para la acusación de estar en tenencia con la intención de venta de la cocaína a menos de 1,000 pies de un templo.
Bonnie, are you okay with $10,000 or you want?
Judge.
$10,000 bond. Good day, sir.
Tiene $10,000 de fianza, señor. Tenga buen día.
Next, we have no hold, no hold.
Sin retención, sin retención.
Kelvin Edwards, page 4. And Mr. Edwards, 1 second, please. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for possession of crystal meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Let me review for probable cause.
You may qualify for pretrial.
You have a place to stay, sir?
Yes, Judge.
Pretrial
We did no action earlier this month. It's got drug issues.
drug court may be helpful for you. Pretrial services alternate bond, $2,500 count one, $500 count two for possession of drug paraphernalia, and $500 count three for resisting an officer without violence. Have a good day, sir. Next we have is Jeffrey Williams.
He's on felony bond.
Hold for F259242. Good morning, sir. You are arrested for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Wendy Glazer, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Let me read this and see what's going on, okay?
Okay.
So it's from May 20th yesterday. They say you're stealing on Target. So let me take a look at this. So, sir, you were ordered to stay away from the Target store at 3401 North Miami Avenue in Miami, Florida. That's, I think, the one at Midtown. You're not allowed to go to that Target, and you must stay out of there, okay? There's probable cause. The problem is you're out on felony bond, so there's a hold for you to see your judge tomorrow for your open case.
Okay.
And, set a bond, it's $2,500. Have a nice day. Next case, Eduardo Diaz, page 5.
Bond out? Bond out?
Bond out, Felix Santana, page 5.
Your Honor, Mr. Santana has a domestic violence case. He'll be going to DV court next.
Okay. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for a case from May 20th yesterday. The charge is attempted tampering with physical evidence, drinking in public, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
So maybe tap on this and he can deal with his DV issue.
Okay.
Judge, I would ask that you find no probable cause for count one. They're basically saying that while standing in front of the officer, he dropped it behind him. It's not tampering with it.
Maybe an attempt.
It is attempted tampering. Count one.
I'm not saying he's trying to destroy it.
He's dropping it to hide it. There's probable cause. Tap alternate bond, count one will be $1. Count two, the prohibited drinking in public. Don't drink alcohol in public, okay? It's $1. Count three, possession of drug paraphernalia, $1. Did you has an address or no?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Have a nice day. Next is Katori Gordon on page 5. Good morning, Mr. Gordon. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There is probable cause for the charge. I don't know if he's eligible for pretrial, maybe tap. He's a or no, pretrial's fine, right? Signal plus, which one? Signal 100, tap alternate bond, $2,500. Have a nice day. You have an ad, he has an address, right? Next is Roly Skies. Page 6. Good morning, Mr. Skies. Sir, you were arrested for battery, aggravated battery. It's from April 6th of 2025. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So the victim says he was stabbed by his neighbor, Mr. Skies. The victim went to the hospital. Oh, no, it could be like an attempted murder. He's trying to stab him in the heart. I don't know how the state's going to charge it, but you are ordered to stay away from James Yearby, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home and school, and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, sir? So if
Yes.
you're in the same
Yes.
building, you gotta find somewhere else to go.
Ma'am?
Get it, Ms. Corey, you want to tell him? Is this a hospital case or no? Ms. Corey, is it a hospital case?
So Judge, at this time, nothing with regard to hospitalization. They do live in the same building, but on different floors.
You want me to change it? It's pretty violent, but it happened over a month ago. All right, so I'll say you have to stay at least 15 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment. So if you see him in the stairwell, go the other way. Don't go near him, okay? I'm setting a bond. It's $7,500. Have a good day, sir. Next is Dylan Benedetti, page 6.
No, he's out on probation on 3 cases of VFOX.
Hold for the division judge for F20 13262, F20 13259B, and F19 22281B. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for possession of a controlled substance, a THC cartridge or vape. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. He had a vape in his pocket. So, okay.
Judge, would you consider not holding him on this?
The issue is that he's on probation. It's for an armed robbery, so he's a VFOSC.
I'm happy to lower the bond. I don't know what you want. 500.
That's fine. Let him see his judge tomorrow.
$1, 500. The vape pen.
$1.
I'll do $1 bond, but you got the hold. All right. Have a good day. Next is Isaac Pope. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for burglary to an unoccupied. Well, let me see.
Your Honor, he's being held under an AC no bond.
Burglary to an unoccupied dwelling and possession of burglary tools. It's from yesterday, the case. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So he has an open AC for F24 18278. He'll see that judge tomorrow.
Does not describe the tools.
Let me take a look. You are ordered to stay away from the property at 2022 Northwest 72nd Street in Miami, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that location. You must stay away from there, sir. So let me review. These what, stealing copper wiring? Yeah. Count one, a burglary to the unoccupied dwelling is $7,500. Count two, possession of burglary tools. You want $1? It doesn't really say what the tool is.
$1's fine.
Count two, have a good day.
75 and $1, correct? 75 and $1, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sorry.
Oh, well, that's nice. Next we have is Kervin Lalane. We're on page 7.
Out on felony bond and on his traffic that is not related to the felony was $1 bond.
Good morning, Mr. Lalane. You were arrested for perjury in official proceeding, and then another case for battery and furtherance of a riot and aggravated battery from May 11th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you, and I need a moment to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. Let me see. So there's probable cause for perjury and official proceeding. That bond is $2,500. You also have a hold to see your judge tomorrow. And then the other case.
Judge, in that case, the second one, 10300, I'd actually find probable cause for battery, Judge. They're just indicating that Mr. Lalane got into a fist fight, and then it looks like other people later then joined. So it's not indicating he encouraged the other ones to join, assisted them in joining. And according to a witness, they're saying that some person had a gun, not that Mr. Lalane had any kind of gun.
Victim had to go to writer trauma because of his injuries. So you are ordered to stay away from Bentley Baptiste, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times. So count one, I think is correct. Count one, battery is $1,000. And count two, there's probable cause for aggravated battery. The victim had to go to writer trauma, so I'll set that at, which I set 4,000.
Would you do it $1? I mean, it's, I don't, if you read the other arrest form, it looks like that same person was one that brandished a firearm and discharged it trying to kill.
Count two is $4,000. I'm setting a bond. There's probable cause. The division judge presses bond if he can't post it. Good day, sir.
And then there's also the perjury case.
I did the bond on that. It's $2,500 for the perjury. All right, now we have on page 7, Alan Warren.
Bond out, Your Honor.
Bond out, my favorite word of the day, bond out. Okay, Raydell.
He's a bond out as well, Your Honor.
You. Broadcast is better than one. Sure. Marcy Sierra. Good morning, Mr. Sierra. Please come forward. Sir, you were arrested for possession with intent to sell cannabis and possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. All right, there's probable cause for the charges. He has a fugitive warrant though? From where and how much?
He has a fugitive warrant for Orange County, Your Honor, and it's a no bond.
So I'm gonna set a bond on this case. Once you post this bond on this case, then you'll be on the warrant calendar to go to Orange County. How do you know it's not personal use?
Well, Judge, there's definitely a felony now, right? It was 462 grams, and then there's also the $910.
All right, maybe went to the casino and made a few dollars. I don't know. I got paid from work. Count one, possession of over 20 grams of cannabis. He has nothing else. I don't know what the fugitive
He's
warrant.
out of county in a no bond fugitive hold.
$500 count one and $500 count two. Have a nice day, sir. Angles Rivera Espino.
Your Honor, on his misdemeanor related to the felony, he received a $2 bond, traffic $1 bond.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Rivera Espino. Does he need an interpreter?
Spanish, please.
Sure, good morning. You
Señor.
were for retail theft. It's from April 16th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Buenos días, señor. Usted fue arrestado por hurto en tiendas. Esto data del 16 de abril. Le asigno el abogado de oficio para que le represente.
So, sir, you're out on felony bond. We're going to run the case to see if there should be a hold.
Entonces, señor, usted estaba fuera bajo fianza por delito mayor. Estoy esperando un momento para saber si va a necesitarse imponer una retención.
May 15th, there's no hold on F259920 or F259899.
Pues no tenemos retención en los casos que terminan en 9920 y en 998.
I don't see two or more convictions.
No veo aquí dos condenas o más.
Retail theft.
Pardon me, petty theft.
Retail theft, Judge.
Miss F, I can't hear you.
He's charged with grand theft.
Indica la fiscalía que allí está la acusación de hurto en mayor cuantía.
All right, a little slow today. Okay, there's probable cause for retail theft. It's that he stole makeup or merchandise from Ulta over $1,000.
Muy bien, aquí tenemos entonces motivo fundado para ratería en tienda o hurto en tiendas. Aquí se indica que usted hurtó maquillaje o productos de la tienda Ulta por más de $1,000.
You are ordered to stay away from the Ulta store at 21065 Biscayne Boulevard in Aventura, Florida.
Señor, usted se lo ordena estar alejado de la tienda Ulta ubicada en el Boulevard Biscayne en el número 21065.
Miss F, you said when he entered the country, he has like nothing, and just two recent matters. That's it.
I don't have
Fiscalía, usted está indicando que desde su entrada al país hay otras causas. Aquí yo no veo nada más hasta esto reciente.
All right. How long have you lived here in Miami?
Señor, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva usted viviendo aquí en Miami?
12 años.
¿Cuánto?
12.
12 years.
Came in a bench warrant. I'll just set the bond. It's $2,500. Have a good day.
Establezco fianza en $2,500. Tenga buen día. Entró por orden de arresto.
Jesus Herrera, page 8. He has two cases. He was disruptive yesterday. Is he here today?
Your Honor, can we pass?
Yes, ma'am. Franklin Mason, page 9. Might in my calendar.
We have Mr. Herrera, Judge.
He's there. Mr. Herrera is here. Good morning. Sir, you were arrested.
Apologize.
Two cases, driving as a habitual traffic offender and then grand theft of a vehicle. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So there's probable cause for the charges. He has open petty theft. I'm setting two open petty thefts. I'm setting a bond as follows. An F-25 10206, it's a $2,500 bond. And then the other case, grand theft of the vehicle, there's probable cause, $2,500 bond. Have a nice day, sir. Next is Franklin Mason, page 9.
Judge, Mr. Herrera, he cannot afford the bond. He indicates he could stay with his sister. Would you consider house arrest for him?
No, I don't know unless the state has no objection. He came in on bench warrants. He doesn't go to court.
And I see multiple prior convictions for stealing cars, prior HTO convictions.
Corrections, he came in on a bench warrant?
No.
He's got an open misdemeanor.
Sorry, he had not a bench warrant. He had two open petty thefts. Excuse me.
I see some failures to appear out of Hendry and Broward County. He was sentenced at 366 in 2023, also related to driving. That was in Broward.
What is she saying?
No, I'm losing a bond. Yeah, Mr. Mason. Is it just possession?
Actually, there may be an issue with the substances. TAP is okay if counsel's willing to stipulate.
Morning, sir. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You want to stipulate to possession, and I can give him TAP. Okay, he's just stretching. My old bones are.
Just we'll go ahead and take the tap now, please.
So count one. 1 second.
With no intent, Judge.
Right, just count one. I'll find probable cause for possession of a controlled substance. Count two, probable cause. So it's TAP alternate bonds. Count one is $1,000 and count two will be $500. You have to go to court for the arraignment on June. He has an address or no?
No, Judge.
So the arraignment date will be June 20th at 9 a.m. Courtroom 7-2, Judge Millian. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. Next case is Owen Chambers, page 9. Mr. Chambers, I'll be right with you in a minute. Good morning, Mr. Owen Chambers. Come on down. Sir, you were arrested for strong arm robbery and 2 counts of battery. It's from May 10th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So he attacked one of the people at the gas station and he pushed another person who pushed him back. Then he kept telling him to delete something. He attempted to grab the victim's phone. There was a struggle. He'd put one victim in a headlock, causing his phone to fall. He picked up the phone, got into his van, and left. 5 minutes later, he comes back and gives him back his phone. Right? Divided it. Returned, handed the phone back, and then left. And the victim knows him by the name of Smiley. He lives behind the Chevron gas station. All right, there's CCTV footage. I guess he's having a bad day. Sir, you were ordered to stay away from the alleged victims, Munir Khan, and the other alleged victim whose initials are GD. No contact with the victims either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victims, their home, school, and place of employment at all times. And stay away from the property at 3201 Northwest 183rd Street in Miami Gardens, Florida. So you can't go to that location either.
Judge, would you consider pretrial for this?
It's pretty violent, requesting a bond.
It looks like they knew each other and something else was going on.
It's just that he stole the phone with force, and then I can lower the bond, but I have to set a bond. Count 1, the strong arm robbery is $4,000. Count 2, battery is $1,000, and count 3, battery is $1,000. So the division judge can always readdress his bond status or give him a program, but I can't today. I mean, you want him, I can make count 1 lower. I don't know if it's going to matter. Next case is Rolando Ortiz Fla.
Bond out.
Thank you. Brevis Barnett, page 10.
Bond out.
Thank you. Sean Renee Juice. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for armed possession of armed possession of cocaine and possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of a church or convenience store while armed. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So there's a search warrant.
Judge, Mr. Rene Juice indicates he can afford private counsel.
Sir, would you like me to reset this case in the afternoon to give you a chance to have a lawyer present in court with you? Or do you want to waive a lawyer's?
You gotta be present right now. Right here.
Hold on, let her.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
You want me to, can you afford to pay for your own private lawyer?
Yes.
Would you like, how much? Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if he'd be able to get here now.
What's the name of your lawyer?
I ain't got one like presently, but my people's done getting me one.
Okay, let me review this a second. You can either waive a lawyer's presence and I'll set up, see what's going on here. You may want to have a lawyer present. Let me take a look. So it was a search warrant and he's in the house with other people. I don't know if there should be an enhancement. First of all these convenience is not a convenience store. It's a supermarket. It closes, I think, at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So, and it says it's 1,000 feet of a church. So I don't think you're going to get the church enhancement. There's probable cause then for armed possession with intent to sell cocaine. You want to waive a lawyer's presence and I'll set bond, or you want me to reset it for a lawyer? So if you waive a lawyer's presence to make argument regarding probable cause, I set a monetary bond now and you can get out of jail quicker. But if you want me to reset your case in the afternoon, you can call a lawyer to come to court and make any legal argument you believe is in your best interest in the afternoon calendar. But it may take longer for you to get out of jail.
It may take longer for me to get out of here. Can I get on the phone call and come back?
I'm happy to reset your case in the afternoon, no problem. So afternoon, I'm only finding probable cause for armed possession with, is it armed possession with intent to sell cocaine? Is that what it is? Count 1 is armed possession of cocaine. Count 2 is armed possession with intent to sell cocaine. And I'll reset your case in the afternoon, no problem. See you later.
Okay, thank you.
Next case we have on page 10, Salt Verde. Hi, Mr. Verde. Do you speak
Spanish, please? Spanish?
Sir,
Present.
battery on a law enforcement officer and possession with intent to sell fentanyl.
Muy bien, señor. Buenos días. Usted fue arrestado por una agresión física a un agente del orden público y además por estar en tenencia con la intención de vender fentanilo.
I will appoint the public. Actually, can you afford to hire a lawyer, sir?
De hecho, ¿puede usted costearse contratar a un abogado, señor?
I will
No.
appoint the public defender's office for you.
Voy a asignar la oficina de abogados de oficio para que les represente.
There's probable cause for count 1. And count
There's no intent for count 2, Judge.
Indica su señoría, tenemos motivo fundado para cargo 1. Indica la defensa que hay solamente para tentativa en cargo 2.
count 2, there's probable cause for possession of fentanyl.
Your Honor, you said there is.
There is probable cause only for possession of fentanyl.
Tenemos motivo fundado solamente para tenencia de fentanilo.
Sir, how long have you lived in Miami for?
Señor, ¿hace cuánto tiempo que vive en Miami?
11 años, tengo que estar viviendo en Miami. 11
I've
años,
been
tengo 11 años de estar viviendo en Miami.
I've been living in Miami for 11 years.
I guess you got only recent cases here, sir. It means you need to stay away from drugs because they're going to destroy your life.
Yeah, no era fentanilo.
You can go to drug court, but you need some drug counseling, sir.
Veo que estos casos surgen solamente reciente en su vida, señor. Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado de las drogas porque las drogas destruyen su vida. Quizás tenga que ir al tribunal de antidrogas o tener algún tipo de asesoría o consejería con relación a las drogas.
So he's grabbing the officer's hand or arm because he wants to get his marijuana back.
Él estaba agarrando la mano, al parecer, al agente policial porque él quería de regreso su marihuana.
Set the bonds on count 1 at $2,500 and count 2, possession of fentanyl is $2,500.
$2,500 en el cargo número 1 de la agresión y en el cargo número 2 de la tenencia de fentanilo, $2,500 también.
Sir, hopefully you can get some drug counseling or go to the drug court program. Have a good day.
Señor, con suerte usted va a poder ir a recibir consejería o asesoría en cuanto a las drogas y quizás en el tribunal de antidrogas. Tenga buena suerte.
1 second, please.
Un momento, por favor.
One second. Okay, 1 second. One more. We'll get another car. All right, next we have James Gurrier, page 11. Good morning, sir.
Mr. Guerrier's present.
Good morning. You were arrested for fleeing and eluding a police officer. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Judge, Mr. Gary is not sure if he's gonna have funds for the bond. Would your honor consider pretrial services for him?
He flies in the police. He doesn't have a valid driver's license. Maybe house arrest. State's objecting to police trial.
Corrections, you got $1 bonds on the traffic, is that correct?
He sure did.
Yeah, which senior judge is working today? Or is it a regular one?
It's Figueroa.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm not doing that. He's fleeing from the police. He's causing a dangerous, hazardous situation with the police and other drivers on the road. I'll do house arrest. I don't even do that usually in this. House arrest with a GPS monitor. Alternate bond is $2,500. Level 3 house arrest. And that's fine. Should I do a curfew? Do you work at night, sir?
No, sir.
Curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Good luck to you. So you can post the bond or get out for free with house arrest. No, alternate bond. Next we have is Kale Kuti, page 11.
Your Honor, these are added charges. He's also being held on out on felony bond cases.
Good morning, Mr. Cody. Sir, you were arrested for petty theft, 2 or more convictions. It's from May 17th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause. You are ordered to stay away from the Family Dollar store at 601 Southwest 14th Avenue in Homestead, Florida. The bond is $1,500. Have a nice day. Next case is Dallas Parsons.
He refused, Your Honor. These are added charges. On his previous case, they gave him tap alternate 3,000.
1 second. What happened to Mr. Parsons?
Your Honor, he refused court.
All right, give me a moment to review. So, you don't want to wait, we'll reset it. Give me 1 second, please. Oh, this is the code effect. There's probable cause at F25-10295. And there's also probable cause on the other case. Then Raymond Aralus.
Your Honor, he refused court. These are added charges.
I'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. There's probable cause. What do you want me to say? 2,500? 2,500 on the bond. Travis Brown, page 14.
Your Honor, he refused court, added charges.
I'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence.
He's sitting out here.
What do you want me to do on this
Oh.
one?
Looks like they're fighting, right?
$1. Thomas Dudley,
Refuse, added charges.
I'll waive his presence.
appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. He got 3 cases. All right. He's stealing the cognac from, is it Walgreens? Let's see, Publix liquor store. So on F25-10272, there's probable cause for the charge. Bond will be $1,500. Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. On F25-10271, he's stealing tequila and cognac and vodka. There's probable cause for the charge. That's from June of last year. $1,500 bond. Appointing public defender's office, waiving presence. And F25-10270. See, it's from June of 2024. I'll set that bond at $1,000. Next, we have Bernard Sewell.
Refuse, Your Honor. These are added charges.
Victim's name is Rolando Acosta.
You want to waive presence, Ms.
I
Clark?
had no idea what it says.
Victim's name is Rolando
Rolando
Acosta.
Acosta.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll waive his presence.
Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence. The probable cause, $2,500 bond. Marcus Supner, page 16.
Corrections number 42.
He refused, added charges.
We'll waive his presence.
Like the public defender's office waived presence bond is $2,500. Ronald Kendrick. Corrections, Ronald, page 16.
43 corrections.
He refused, Your Honor, added charges.
All
You
right.
can reset him, Judge. He's only got a petty theft.
You don't want $1, you want to reset it?
This gentleman has an end of sentence on his felony cases that he's in custody for, and this is an added charge.
When's the end of sentence?
July 15 of 2025.
And that's for Mr. Kendrick?
Yes.
Yep.
You want me to reset it or?
No, we'll waive his presence.
Point the public defender's office, waive presence. Wait, you did his case already. He's here
He-
now.
he's the co-defendant, I think.
Huh?
They arrested, I think it's mutual combat, no?
Talking about the gentleman standing in front.
I don't know.
This is Mr. Parsons.
Anyway, Mr. Ronald Kendrick is $1 bond, appointing public defender presence. We have,
I'm sorry, for Mr. Kendrick, what was the bond?
$1 American dollar.
Thank you.
What happened to Felix Desir?
He refused, Your Honor. These are added charges for Mr. Desir.
We can waive Mr. Desir's presence.
There's probable cause for the charge, $2,500. Appoint the public defender's office, waive presence, $2,500 bond. What's his name is before the court?
This is Mr. Desir. He's number 36. I mean, not Mr. Parsons.
Mr. Parsons.
Mr. Parsons is here. That's the selling the drugs by Normandy Isle. I need the 2 cases back. We passed it already.
Spanish case.
Interpreter.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You have 2 separate cases where you were, I need it 1 second, I'm sorry.
Un momento, por favor.
Arrested for a case from March 18th, possession with intent to sell crystal meth within 1,000 feet of a temple, and then conspiracy for this possession with intent to sell crystal meth.
Muy bien, señor. Usted tiene 2 casos por separados. Del 18 de marzo tenemos el que data de haber estado en tenencia con la intención de venta de metanfetamina en cristales a una distancia de menos de 1,000 pies de un templo. Y el segundo sería la confabulación para estar en esa tenencia de esa sustancia regulada a 1,000 pies de un templo con propósitos de venta.
Temple Moses. And then you had another case for possession, conspiracy for possession with intent to sell cocaine and possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of a temple.
Y también tenemos otro caso que es el haber estado en tenencia con la intención de venta de cocaína a menos de 1,000 pies o a una distancia de 1,000 pies de un templo. Y la segunda acusación sería la confabulación para esa tenencia de dicha sustancia regulada a 1,000 pies del templo.
Both cases are from March 19th and they both, March 18th, and they both have the same times.
Ambos casos datan de la misma fecha, 18 de marzo, y tienen la misma, el mismo horario, la misma estampilla de tiempo.
Different co-defendants.
The other people that were doing the assisting with the sale.
Indica la fiscalía que es que habían distintos coacusados y entonces se nota que son las distintas otras personas que estaban en el proceso de la venta.
What bond are you requesting? It's within 1,000 feet of a temple, and I believe that was during a workday at 3:36.
Fiscalía, ¿qué fianza está solicitando? Dado que esto fue en las cercanías de un templo y además esto fue en horario laboral durante el día, 3:36 dice acá.
I'm going to set count 1 at 5 on each case. I'm sorry, on F25-10295, count 1 is conspiracy for the sale of cocaine. That will be $5,000, and count 2, possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of the temple is $10,000.
Muy bien, entonces en el caso F25-10295, donde la primera acusación sería la confabulación para estar en tenencia del, dígase, cocaína como sustancia regulada con la intención de venta a 1000 pies de un templo, sería $5,000 de fianza y la tenencia de dicha sustancia regulada a 1000 pies del templo tenemos $10,000 de fianza.
Their case F25-10296 is the sale of crystal meth within 1,000 feet of a school. That is going to be $10,000 bond.
En el segundo caso, que termina en 10296, donde tenemos la acusación de haber estado en tenencia de cristales de metanfetamina con propósitos de venta. Your Honor, you said nearby the school?
Yeah, by the temple. It's by the temple. It's a 10,000. We have a school at that temple. It's a Montessori school. It's at the temple.
En las cercanías de un templo serían $10,000 de fianza.
And then count 2, conspiracy for the possession with intent to sell crystal meth is $5,000 bond.
Y la confabulación, que sería la acusación número 2, para estar en tenencia con la intención de venta de dichas sustancias reguladas, serían $5,000 de fianza.
Good day, sir.
Buen día, señor.
That's it for the morning calendar.
What time are we coming back in the afternoon, Your Honor?
Probably 1:30. I don't know. What time y'all want to start? 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for your help. Have a good afternoon. See you later. 1:30, everybody. Hi, hello, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to felony first appearance hearings. I am Judge Mindy Glazer. I will be presiding today. Video for first appearance hearings has been played to all defendants. I need everybody to please stand up, raise your right hand if it's one by our
Por
clerk.
favor, todos pónganse de pie y levanten sus manos derechas para ser juramentados.
All right.
All rise and raise your right hand. Do you swear
Todos de pie, levanten sus manos derechas. Juran solemnemente decir la verdad y únicamente la verdad.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Gracias. Tomen asiento, por favor.
We have the Creole and Spanish interpreter. Go ahead.
Sir, interpreter, raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will faithfully interpret from English to Spanish the question asked, the answers given, and the best of your ability have such abilities that I do?
Yes, and I have such ability. David Marte, certified court interpreter. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon to everyone in your court. Your Honor, do you want the Creole interpreter to swear in the defendant as well?
Can the Creole interpreter raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Yes.
Do you swear that you will and faithfully interpret from English to Creole to English the question asked, the answers given, and the best of your ability has such abilities that I do?
I do. Carol Wilson, court certified interpreter.
Thank you. Good afternoon. If there's anybody here for our case on Zoom, please type the defendant's name in the chat room.
Si es que acaso hay alguien aquí en la pantalla, en la plataforma Zoom, para algún acusado, por favor, pongan el nombre del acusado en el chat.
Si gen moun la ki la pou akuse ki sou Zoom, mette nom avec information ou nan chat la.
Thank you. We're going to get started now. Can the attorneys announce their name for the record, please state?
Nasa Ath on behalf of the state.
Rebecca Corey, Assistant Public Defender. Good afternoon.
We're going to start with Jordan Pickney. He's on Zoom. Good afternoon, Mr. Pickney.
All right.
Doing, sir, you got arrested for an attempted burglary to an occupied dwelling. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Hi, Mr. Pinkney, please do not make any statements or comments about what happened while we're here in court today, okay? Please be silent now. Thank you.
So, sir, I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. There is probable cause for the charge. Is it an attempt or completed? He entered the home, but he entered the village, but he didn't get physically inside the victim's dwelling. You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Melissa Martin. No contact, or is it Martine? I'm not sure. 1 second. What's the victim's
So I think on the back of the apron it says Martin, but I think when she was logged on, it was Martin.
Stay away from the alleged victim, Melissa Martin. No
Yes,
contact
ma'am.
with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. and no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school, and place of employment at all times. Stay away from the victim's residence at 217 Florida Avenue in Coral Gables, Florida. So I'll set a bond. What is it? It's a third-degree felony.
Requesting an increased bond.
Setting the bond at $5,000. Have a good day, sir. All right, next we have Creole interpreter case, Gerline Mesidor, page 1.
Gerline Mesidor.
Good afternoon, Mesidor. You were arrested for burglary to an occupied conveyance and battery.
Madame Mesidor, bon après-midi. Yo te arrêté ou parce que vous essayez voler un côté et pour essayer battre tout le monde.
It's a case from May 7th of 2025, and I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Son cas depuis 7 mai 2025, ma bon avocat dans bureau avocat défenseur public là pour représenter ou.
The judge, technically a burglary of the battery, but I see the situation. She has no criminal history.
Juge li pa genyen aucune histoire criminelle.
Well, the victim allegedly is with her husband now, so that's the issue. So she's a bit upset.
Ben victime nan avec Maril Kounia, c'est pour ça elle pas content.
Ma'am, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Norlene Dorville.
What was the name, Judge? I'm sorry.
Marlene Dorville.
Madame faut arrêter loin victime nan Marlene Dorville.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Ou pas qu'à gen contact avec lui directement ou indirectement. Ou pas qu'à brûler le téléphone, ou pas qu'à voyer commission, ou pas qu'à parler avec en personne, ou pas qu'à voyer message pour lui non plus.
Contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Ou pas qu'à gen contact avec victime nan à travers médias sociaux ou bien aucun autre moyen électronique.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times.
C'est pour être tout le temps au moins à 500 pieds de victime, de côté le rete, de côté le travail, de côté l'école.
So if you see her while you're food shopping or in one of the stores or out and about in your neighborhood, you have to go the other way.
Donc, sou elle nan quartier, sou elle là fait market, sou elle là fait shopping, traverser la rue ou pas capocher.
Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Ou comprendre l'autre camp loin, madame?
Oui.
Yes.
All right. So I'll get the pretrial services. I'll order her in. Pretrial services, alternate bond. Count 1 will be $3,000 and count 2 is $500.
Moi, mettez li dans programme qui relève pretrial services, service avant jugement. Caution pour première accusation, $3,000. Pour deuxième accusation, $500.
Have a nice day.
Passez bonne journée.
Are there any other cases for the Creole interpreter? So, Madam Interpreter, you are excused. Thank you for your services today.
Corrections, there's a defendant I thought might need a Russian interpreter. Do you want to ask him? It would.
Brian Lanier, page 5. I'm calling that out of turn for some reason. For an attorney. Is there an attorney on Zoom? Please raise your hand on Zoom and I can promote you. Thank you.
Your Honor, you want me to tell the office to get a Russian, or you're not sure yet?
They called for one, but most they called. Thank you. Hi, Mr. Cletus. We're waiting for Brian Lanier.
Yes, Your Honor.
Coming up, Judge. He was given $1 bond on his traffic.
Yeah, thank you. Is he coming in?
Sir Lanier is present.
How you
Sir
doing?
Lanier's here.
Sir, good afternoon. You were arrested for armed possession of cannabis with intent to sell within public housing, possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis, violation of CCW, CCF license, possession of oxycodone. Also openly carrying a weapon. Your attorney is here, Mr. Curtis. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Any arguments? It's a traffic stop. Why would it be an enhancement for public housing state?
I agree.
Okay. How do I know it's intent to sell based on what the quantity?
Yeah. The money.
I haven't seen runts in a long time. Those are little candies I used to get at 7-Eleven when I was in law school. To stay awake, little sugary candies. Now they use them for something else. Anyway. Okay. What, anything you want to say, Mr. Curtis?
Yes, Your Honor. Basically, I've not even seen the arrest report, but Mr. Lanier has been out of trouble. He's not on probation or anything like that. And we'd be asking for a standard bond in this case.
You want pre-trial?
He's got a, what is it, pistol. He's got an amount of drugs consistent with sales. There's also some oxycodone.
So
at this time?
Not illegal to have a gun. He's not a convicted felon. He says he habitually smokes weed, approximately 14 joints per day. He says he has a dependency on marijuana and spends most of his day under the influence. He says he has a marijuana license, unable to prove it. He had 2 capsules of oxycodone. All right. He's 28. Do you work, sir?
Yes, I do landscaping, cut grass, and I just left Utah and I was working for Odyssey House. I was a behavioral tech for Juveniles, and I just came here 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. All right. So I'll set a bond. Count 1. I guess count 1, there's no probable cause for lease outright. Count 2, there's probable cause for armed possession of cannabis. I guess he got a lot of cannabis. I'll set that at $1,000 bond. Count 3, the violation of the carrying a concealed weapon license. I thought you don't need a license.
But if he's a habitual drug user.
Uh-huh. But he doesn't have a license. You don't need one.
But you don't need to otherwise qualify one, and based upon his admitted addiction, he wouldn't qualify for one.
Oh, okay, so there's probable cause for count 3, $500. Count 4, possession of a controlled substance. That's the oxycodone. I forgot how many he had. What was it?
I think it was only one in his car that somebody dropped.
2 capsules of oxycodone in his wallet. I don't know how it got into his wallet. All right, count 4, I'll set that at $2,000. And then count 5, openly carrying a weapon. What's it, an air pistol?
No, it's an AR.
Pistol.
Yeah.
That's $150 for count 5. So your total bond is $3,650. All right, you have a good attorney. Listen to what he tells you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have Anthony Favilla. I can't read it. Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
Got a detective here. He has to raise his hand on Zoom if he wants to be promoted. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of a school or a park, possession with intent, conspiracy for possession with intent to sell cannabis, and possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Your Honor, he's out on probation on F2-47101.
hold for the division judge for his open case. Let me review.
Judge, if we can review the probation.
I'm not on probation.
Situation, one moment.
The detective is here. Good afternoon, detective. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You put your hand down. Please tell me your name and what police department you work for.
Detective Fitor with Miami Beach Police.
Thank you. So, go ahead, state.
I don't have any questions.
Well, he came here for a reason, not just.
Detective, what do you want to tell the judge?
Ma'am, for this defendant to issue a stay away order from Ocean to Washington, 5 to 15th Street.
You mean from Loomis Park? Or no? Is it Loomis Park? Yes. Okay. All right, let me review this for probable cause, please. Anything you want to say, Ms. Corey, before I rule?
Judge, yes, with regard to count one, I would ask that you find no probable cause for the 1,000 feet. There's nothing indicating that the time of the arrest that he was within 1,000 feet of any sort of school.
All right, detective, where did this incident take place at?
Ma'am, when he was apprehended on the 500 block of Ocean, which is across Loomis Park.
Wait, the last line of page 3 says, the sale of illegal narcotics occurred within 1,000 feet of Loomis Park.
Well, there was a sale and then an apprehension.
Probable cause for the charges. So you are ordered to stay away from Loomis Park. That's the area between 5th and 15th Street from the west side of Washington Avenue east to the ocean or shoreline in Miami Beach, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that area around Loomis Park, the 1,000 feet area of Loomis Park. So between 5th Street and 15th Street from west side of Washington Avenue east to the shoreline. Okay.
So Judge, I see that there should be no hold in our notes. It looks like the clerk may not have closed it out when it was resolved back in December. It was to do 180 days and terminate upon completion on F-24-7101. So I don't know if you want to get the court file or if the state can
So
their notes.
I'm told it should not be a hold and the clerk's office needs to sort it out so that it gets closed out. So when was it closed out?
I see that it was closed on December 23rd, 2024.
Thank you. All right. F-24-7101.
He was to serve 180 days and then terminate upon completion.
Okay, so no hold on F-21-7101. Set a bond as follows. Count 1, possession with intent to sell it says cocaine. Here it talks about cannabis though. Detective, why'd you write cocaine?
Ma'am, for when we apprehended him, there was a designer bag with individually packaged cocaine baggies, about 11 baggies.
He had 11 baggies. So I understand your argument for this one, Ms. Corey. I'll set this bond He didn't sell cocaine, it was cannabis that was sold. It should be possession with intent to sell cocaine. It's still within 1,000 feet where he was located though. I'll set that bond at $7,500 for count 1. Count 2, there's probable cause for conspiracy for the possession with intent to sell cannabis. That's going to be $2,500 bond. Count 3, possession of cocaine. I guess that's part of count 1. So actually, I'm going to change it. $5,000 count 1, $2,500 count 2, and $2,500 count 3. I split 1 and 3 since it's the same cocaine. So your total bond is $10,000. Have a nice day, sir. Huh? He has another case? Oh, another person. Oh, okay. It's Mr. Powell, the co-defendant. Next is Blake Powell. He's the co-defendant. Can I have that back? I want to make sure I wrote on the A form. Thank you. Hi, Mr. Powell. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell cannabis within 1,000 feet of a park, and then possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So I'm trying to add up the bags of cannabis.
It says 21, Judge, next to the charge.
Well, it says here, 6 bags, 3.5 grams each. Maybe that's why. 6 times 3 is 18. Yeah, that's why. 21 grams. There's probable cause. All right, sir. You are detective. Anything you want to say? You have to think with this.
No, ma'am. Just the stay away order, if it's possible.
Okay, sir. You are ordered to stay away from Loomis Park. That's the area between 5th and 15th Street. From the west side of Washington Avenue, east to the ocean or shoreline in Miami Beach, Florida. Stay out of Loomis Park. If they see you, they'll arrest you for trespassing there or for violating a court order. Okay, you understand the stay away order?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he doesn't have a lot going on. He lives in Collins Avenue. Oh, okay.
Judge Pryor, withhold for sales in 22, withhold for possession in October.
All right, count 1. I'll set a bond as $1,000 and count. Actually, it should be more selling drugs, but it's okay. 1,000 count 1 and $500 count 2. Stay out of that area of Loomis Park. Have a good day, sir. Thank you, Detective. Anything else? If not, you're free to go. We have the Russian interpreter yet? We're calling up Andrei Sevastanov. Is the interpreter there, the Russian interpreter? We got to promote him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, ma'am. One, please. Do you swear or affirm you will translate from English to Russian and Russian to English to the best of your abilities? If so, state I do.
I do.
Thank you. You put your hands down. What is your name, please?
Elena Kiseleva.
Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Sevastianov. You were arrested for resisting an officer with violence for one case, and a second case for child abuse, aggravated child abuse, 3 counts, and 5 counts of regular child abuse.
Здравствуйте, господин Севастьянов. Вас арестовали по первому пункту, это сопротивление сотрудникам полиции. По второй пункт, это издевательство над ребенком, 3 пункта тяжелого издевательства над ребенком и 5 по 5 пунктам обычного издевательства над ребенком.
Sir, can you afford to hire a private lawyer
У вас есть финансовая возможность нанять частного адвоката?
Сколько это может стоить? Я просто не знаю, я здесь как турист вообще.
I don't know how much it gonna cost me because I'm here just as a tourist.
Well,
Я не сопротивлялся полиции при задержании.
And actually, I didn't resist
You're
upon being arrested.
Sir, please don't talk about the charges. You're presumed not guilty. I'll appoint the public defender's office for you for purposes of this first appearance hearing, subject to financial verification.
Сэр, пока не говорите ничего по поводу обвинений, потому что пока вы считаетесь невиновным. И я назначаю вам государственного защитника, чтобы поговорили с вами, и вам нужно будет предоставить ваши финансовые возможности.
А сколько это вообще может стоить, если нанимать частного адвоката? Я же не в курсе.
And I don't know how much it's gonna cost me to hire a private attorney.
I am a free lawyer. I've appointed you a public defender for purposes of this first appearance hearing, subject to financial verification.
Я сейчас назначаю вам государственного защитника. Это бесплатный адвокат, так как у вас первый раз предстали перед судом, и будет сделана проверка ваших финансовых возможностей.
Madam Interpreter, if you could ask Mr. Sevenath to not speak about any of the facts of his case while we are here in court today.
И, пожалуйста, ничего не говорите сейчас по поводу вашего дела.
So I'm finding probable cause for all of the charges. The aggravated child abuse, maybe a little overcharged, but it's probable cause for aggravated child abuse and regular child abuse. He was just.
И я нашла достаточное основание для ареста по поводу жестоких издевательств над ребенком и обычных издевательств над ребенком.
Judge, I would ask you if I'm one probable cause of child abuse. There does not appear to be any great bodily harm, Judge.
The child had to go to the hospital.
Ребенок был направлен в госпиталь.
But there's nothing indicating any harm, Judge.
Но не было указано, что был нанесен какой-либо вред.
Any great bodily harm.
2-year-old child, and I think it's alleged here, besides the fact that first he tightens the towel around her neck and the victim is seen flailing her arms while he's squeezing.
I'm sorry, Yona, would you mind repeating? This is the interpreter.
Yes, sure. So at the beginning, he's seen wrapping a towel around the victim's neck, the child's neck by the pool, and he tightens the towel, and the victim is seen flailing her arms while he's squeezing her neck.
Значит, и он обмотал шею поясом и за шею ребенка, и ребенок махал руками, пока он это делал.
Then he lets go, looks at her, and then he grabs her by the hair and slams her head on his shoulder.
Потом он схватил ее за волосы, потащил и ударил ее голову о плечо.
I think you're right. That part's child abuse. But then when he's going through the door, he drops the child from chest height and knees her, hits her with his knee on the way down as she hits the floor.
Потом, когда они выходили из двери, он схватил ребенка, и ребенок ударился грудью о пол.
Judge, additionally, aggravated child abuse could mean not only an aggravated battery on a child, but it also includes maliciously punishing. So I believe this would qualify.
И, значит, издевательство над ребенком это также включает непристойное, неприличное поведение, неприличные шлепки и удары.
I guess the issue is then it comes down to a little bit later, he's violently shaking the child, causing her head to uncontrollably snap back and forth several times while waiting for the elevator. He's still tightly wrapping a towel around her body and throws the child over his shoulder.
И он, пока не ждали лифта, он очень жестоко, грубо тряс ребенка, и голова ребенка моталась в сторону, и также по-прежнему она была опоясана и лежала через плечо.
And then he's also slamming the child into the wall, backs up into the wall, slamming the child into it.
Потом он ударил ребенка о стену.
He lets her fall to the floor, and then they walk outside of the camera view.
И ребенок упал на пол, и потом уже он ушел из обзора камеры.
And so the mother took the child to the hospital to make sure she's okay.
И поэтому мама отвезла ребенка в госпиталь, чтобы убедиться, что с ребенком все в порядке.
So I believe that there is probable cause for one count of regular child abuse and one count of aggravated child abuse.
И я думаю, что это достаточно оснований для ареста по первому пункту жестокого обращения и второй пункт издевательства над ребенком.
He says he was.
I think that it was booked incorrectly.
Я думаю, что его арестовали там были проблемы с арестом.
I believe it would be a first-degree felony.
Я думаю, что это будет первого уровня преступления.
I think you are correct.
Я думаю, что вы правы.
So the state is filing a motion for pretrial detention.
И суд подает ходатайство о изменении характера преступления.
Sir, you are ordered to stay away from your daughter.
И, сэр, вам приказано не приближаться к своей дочери.
She's, I guess, almost the 2.5-year-old child whose initials are VS.
Это ребенку 2,5 года, инициалы VS.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
Не разрешаются никакие контакты с ребенком напрямую или косвенно через третьих лиц, не по телефону, не использовать никакие приборы, электронные приборы для разговора.
No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means.
Нельзя контактировать с ребенком через социальные сети или другие средства связи.
You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, and school at all times.
Вы должны находиться на расстоянии 500 фит от ребенка, от места ее проживания, места учебы.
Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs.
Вы не должны быть вовлечены ни в уголовную деятельность, вы не должны хранить наркотики.
Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
Вы не должны иметь оружие, не имеете права покупать оружие, покупать амуницию.
You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court.
Если у вас есть оружие, вы должны немедленно его сдать в ближайший полицейский участок, также амуницию, и предоставить справку о том, что оружие сдано в суд.
And also, you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail.
Также вы имеете право только один раз явиться по месту проживания жертвы в течение 48 часов.
You must be accompanied by a police officer.
Вы должны явиться в сопровождении офицера полиции.
So that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, and work tools.
Чтобы забрать свои личные вещи, лекарства, инструменты, которые необходимы вам для работы.
If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested.
И если вы явитесь в дом жертвы без полиции, то вы будете арестованы.
Also, in the event there is an open case in dependency court arising from the same set of facts and events as this case.
И также другое дело направляется в семейный суд для рассмотрения по этим же вопросам.
And any and all orders entered in dependency court regarding your contact, visitation, and custody of the child.
Любые вопросы как будут решены в семейном суде. Это что касается вопросов посещения ребенка, общения с ребенком.
Will supersede or replace this court's order.
Будут иметь перевес над постановлениями, которые будут вынесены в этом суде.
All right. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Вы поняли это постановление, сэр?
Да,
Can
я понимаю, но мы как бы туристы здесь, у нас обратный билет 12 июня к нам в Россию.
Yes, I understood, but we are tourists here, and we have flight tickets, return flight tickets on the 12th of June.
Okay. You can't be with you cannot be around your child unless the dependency court says it's okay or the criminal court judge approves it.
Вы не можете приближаться к ребенку до тех пор, пока суд по зависимости вынесет другое постановление или другой судья вынесет другое постановление.
I'm setting a bond as follows. On F-25-10330, there's probable cause for resisting an officer with violence. That bond is $2,500.
И я выношу сумма залога по вынесенным обвинениям $250.
On this other case, F-25-10329, there's probable cause for aggravated child abuse, a first-degree felony.
По другому делу 25.5 это жестокое обращение, издевательство с ребенком по одному пункту.
So I'm going to grant the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing and hold you with no bond on count 1.
И я соглашаюсь с ходатайством суда, чтобы он находился в досудебном изоляторе без залога.
2 and 3 is an aggravated child abuse charge. It's going to be you want an ROR, Ms. Corey?
Yes, please.
ROR count 2 and ROR count 3.
И также по пункту 3 по собственную ответственность.
Then count 4, there's probable cause for child abuse. I'll set that at $2,500.
И также пункт номер 4, я выношу сумму залога, это жестокое обращение с ребенком, $2,500.
Count 5 through 8, I will ROR, release him on his own recognizance on each count.
И по остальным пунктам он будет отпущен под собственную ответственность.
So, sir, you're going to see a judge tomorrow. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention.
И завтра вы предстанете перед другим судом, и другой судья будет выносить постановление о вашем нахождении в следственном изоляторе.
Good luck to you, sir. And state, you're going to send that over to Iris?
It's Renee.
Thank you.
И удачи вам, сэр.
Madam Interpreter, if you can let him know that his lawyer will be reaching out to him shortly.
Ваш адвокат с вами свяжется скоро. Вам позвонит адвокат.
Can you please send a copy to Iris? She'll bring it down. Thank you.
Дайте ему копию.
Have a good day. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. Ms. Corey, can the interpreter be excused or not yet?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for coming in.
Thank you, Yona. Have a great day.
Next. Thank you, sir. Next is Augustina Menguage.
Find out. That's okay, I'll do.
Find out. Ashley Frazier. Is Frazier there? Page 1. Good morning, ma'am, or good afternoon. You were arrested for 1 count of felony battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. It's a case from March 22nd of 2025. Okay, so it looks like a battery. Am I missing something?
Yes, Judge. It says that the victim needed her eyebrows stitched.
Let's see that.
It's on page 2 of 3, second paragraph.
Although it's not clear if she received stitches when she went to the hospital or if she went to the hospital, Judge.
She went to the
Well, actually, she did go to
hospital.
the hospital. It actually does say she did go to Jackson.
It says she was treated for a laceration to her eyebrow. It doesn't say whether or not she got stitches, but
I mean, it says she needed stitches, and then it also says that she visited the hospital.
I'll find probable cause for felony battery. Ma'am, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are LI. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school, and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess I'll give her pretrial. You had a lot of prior battery arrests. Maybe you need to calm down. Calm. Pretrial alternate bond. I'll set it at $3,500. Have a nice day. Next case is Willie Hicks. Page 2. Let me call the last gentleman. Which one? This one? Okay. Corrections, when you have a chance, can you bring the last one on the calendar up? There's people in court for him. Good afternoon, Mr. Hicks. You were arrested for aggravated stalking in violation of a court order, violation of a domestic violence injunction, and false report of a crime to law enforcement. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
I wonder if count 1 and 2 are attempts.
Are what?
Attempts?
Oh, okay.
Judge, I don't see any reference to a case number for an injunction. I am not able to find any injunction in the system. It looks like there was an old misdemeanor case which is now closed.
It says there was a restraining order issued January 4th, 2019 and served May 30th, 2019.
But I don't see it anywhere, Judge, as being active.
Do I see arrests for violating injunction in Monroe County?
It may be out of another county then. Sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Princess Diana Lloyd. No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school, and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the stay away order, sir? Yes. Okay.
And that the state attorneys advocated for?
State, what do you want me to find PC for?
I think so. It doesn't look like he actually contacted the victims, but he was attempting to. So I think the better charge may be attempts.
Okay, I'll find probable cause for attempts on count 1, count 2, and count 3. False report of a crime is probable cause for that.
Well, Judge, there's nothing with, he said he believed that they were in danger, but he's not indicated. It looks like they didn't investigate any further, Judge. So how are they supposed to say that that's a false report of a crime?
He told them she's a victim of human trafficking, but she's really a victim of domestic violence from him.
It's not clear if they met with them to see if they were victims of human trafficking or anything, Judge?
He knew about the domestic violence order being with the victim as recently as May 16th. He admitted to giving a false name.
Here, Ms. Corey, I pulled some paperwork out of Monroe. So this is a prior arrest report. So it says that, the victim is listed as a protected person with a non-expiring injunction, out of BSO. So it looks like the injunction's from Broward.
So I'll set up bond on count 1, it'll be $1,000. Count 2, I'll set that at $500. Count 3, false report of a crime is $500. Good day, sir. Next is Bernardo Diaz. Page 2.
The judge, he was given $1 bond on his traffic.
Mr. Diaz is present. He speaks English.
Good afternoon, sir.
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you were arrested for fleeing and eluding a police officer. I will appoint the public.
Not true.
There's probable cause for the charge. $2,500 bond. Have a good day.
How much the bond, Judge?
$1,500. Next is Eric Lee. Page 2.
Judge, Mr. Diaz is currently unemployed. He has surgery scheduled in 2 weeks for his ankle. He cannot afford the $2,500 bond. Would Your Honor consider any alternate form of release for him so he can make sure he follows up with the surgery?
The defendant's got an open misdemeanor. I'll pull the facts on that case, Judge. When we can take it.
Sir.
Right, so Judge, I don't think pretrial is appropriate in that open misdemeanor case. He said that he was going to kill an officer. Right, threatened to injure and harm an officer, and he's fleeing from the police.
I was asking, and she asked for house arrest, not pretrial.
Maybe level 2 with a no drive order, but the defendant also has a prior 3-year prison sentence.
Now let me see what you put there again.
Oh, the A form on the misdemeanor. Sure, Judge.
It's at TGK. Okay, it's something that happened at the jail.
So it looks like he was booked on a burglary charge, and then he threatened the officer while he was in custody. And in this case, he fled from the police.
Oh, he was on a motor scooter fleeing. And I guess they saw him lying on the ground. Signal 100. All right, I'll do house arrest with a GPS monitor. Level 3 house arrest. Alternate bond is $2,500. Have a good day.
Would Your Honor make the no drive order a condition of house arrest?
And Judge, what a condition is he allowed to have the monitor removed for his surgery and then put back on once his surgery is over? Or maybe, I don't know if they can, if he's gotta have surgery on one of his ankles, I mean, I don't know about if they could put on the other one, if they have to cut it off while they're having surgery, which they probably would.
Charles, no driving, sir. He's on a scooter. No driving unless you have a valid license. Good luck to you, sir.
Overstates objection.
2,500. All right, next, Eric Lee on page 2. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for a burglary to an unoccupied structure or conveyance with prejudice and petty theft. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. They have them on video surveillance, when the lady's, I guess, going in the victim's bag and stealing her credit cards. Sir, you are ordered to stay away from the apartment building or business at 103 Northeast 59th Street in Miami, Florida. You are not allowed to go to that location. You must stay away from there, sir. Count 1 burglary to the unoccupied structure is $2,500. It's a 3rd-degree felony. And count 2 petty theft.
Should be a 2nd-degree misdemeanor.
It's $150. Have a good day. Next case is Eddie Johnson on page 3. Line him up.
Judge, he has a new misdemeanor case. He'll be on the calendar tomorrow for the case. M25010629.
Sir, you are arrested for burglary to an occupied conveyance and petty theft. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. The victim sleeping in his vehicle. The doors were unlocked and then somebody opened it. And while he's sleeping, he's awakened by Mr. Johnson, who's reaching over his body and grabbing his phone from the ashtray inside the vehicle, then flees the location. Victim tried to catch him, but was unable to do so, and they flagged down a police officer who then a Miami Beach police officer who contacted Miami police. Defendant stated he took the cell phone from the victim's vehicle. The reason he took it was to make money. He remembers selling the cell phone to someone on the street for $10, but doesn't remember where. The value of cell phone was $300. So, sir, you are ordered to even give me a victim's name, state.
I don't have it.
Count 1 burglary to an occupied conveyance is $7,500. Count 2 petty theft is a 1st-degree misdemeanor. It is $500. Have a good day, sir. Next is Joshua Rivera, page 3.
He's a VFOX judge. He's out on probation on the F23-21728.
You hold for the division, Judge. Good afternoon, sir. You are arrested for possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of a controlled substance called crack cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. He also had a pocket knife. He said the purpose of it was for his protection, and he's a convicted felon. So count one, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. I'll set that at $5,000. Count two, possession of crack cocaine will be $1,000. They said it was residue. And count three, possession of drug paraphernalia is $500. You'll see your division judge tomorrow for your open probation case. Have a good day. Next is Armando Arce.
Mr. Arce has 2 ACs, no bond.
Is that a bond out? Oh, sorry to hear. I thought you said bond out. Sir, good afternoon. Do you speak English?
English,
Sir, you are arrested for possession of a synthetic narcotic and possession of THC. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You're out on felony bond, I guess, for drug court, so you got a hold to go back tomorrow. Let me take a look at this. Public defender's office is appointed. He had methamphetamine, a vape pen with THC, so it's probable cause for possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine. So he had a lot of methamphetamine. In count two, there's probable cause for possession. So count one is $2,500. In count two for the THC, I'll set that at $1,000. You'll see Judge Birdie tomorrow. Have a nice day, sir. Next is Peter Peralta. Page 12. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to call your case. I'm so sorry. I get busy. I forgot. Do you have Matavis Shaquille Dukes? I'm going to need him next if you have Mr. Dukes, okay? The victim people are in court for him. Hi, Mr. Peralta. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for cases. One of them's from April 1st. It's a burglary with an assault or battery, which is a crime punishable by life in prison if you are found guilty. False imprisonment, grand theft, criminal mischief over $1,000, tampering with a victim, and strong arm robbery. Then you have another case from yesterday, burglary to an unoccupied dwelling and resisting an officer without violence. So I will appoint, can you afford to hire a lawyer, sir?
No, ma'am.
It says here you're a business owner. Are you sure you don't have any money for a lawyer?
A business owner. No, I'm a boxer.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender's office for you. I need a moment to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. All right, sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim in this case, whose initials. You don't have the name, Steve?
I do, but I figured for the victims.
It's RP. Stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are RP. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and no contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times, and stay away from his residence at 10 Southwest South River Drive in Miami, Florida. So in this case, anything you want to say, Ms. Corey, before I roll?
Yes, Judge. With regard to probable cause, Mr. Praza, according to the arrest form, made a statement that the co-defendant, Ms. Goodman, asked her to come help move her bags out of the apartment. So it appears that he was under the impression he had permission to come in because he was in the middle of helping her to move her belongings. So I would ask you to find no probable cause for a burglary with an assault and battery.
And he beat up the victim terribly. And he said, I can murder you.
There's probable cause for burglary with an assault or battery. I'm granting the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing, on holding you with no bond on that charge. Count 2, false imprisonment, is $2,500. Count 3, grand theft, is $2,500. Count 4, criminal mischief. I'm sorry, I don't recall I'm not sure the value of the phone they gave it. Let me see. I'm not sure what the criminal mischief is. I'll set that at $1 for count 4. And the other case, I guess they're trying to apprehend him and he flees down the balcony.
Two more counts, Judge.
Count 5.
5 and 6.
Let me go back. Count 1, burglary with an assault or battery, is no bond. Count 2, false imprisonment, will be $2,500. Count 3, grand theft, is $2,500. Count 4, criminal mischief, will be $1. Count 5, tampering with a victim, is it's a second-degree felony. I thought it's he's tampering with the victim of a first-degree felony. I'll set that bond. Isn't that no bond as well then? I don't know. I'll set that at $7,500 for count 5. Count 6, strong arm robbery, is $7,500. And then the next case. All right, then the next case is F25-10335 for the burglary to the unoccupied dwelling and resisting without. So I guess he went through somebody's balcony to hide from the police, somebody else's balcony. Count 1, burglary to the unoccupied dwelling, is $7,500. Count 2, resisting without violence, is $500. You're going to see a judge tomorrow. Let's stay away from 7. Doesn't he live there?
I mean, just the unit that he fled into.
1756 North Bayshore Drive, apartment 19F in Miami, Florida. You'll see your judge tomorrow. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention. They can readdress your custody status as well. Good day, sir. Corrections, you have Mr. Dukes, page 6.
You wanted Mr. Dukes, right?
Please.
Okay, he's here.
Here. Who are you all? Your girlfriend's in court. So, sir, you were arrested for 1 count of child neglect. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So, I guess he didn't supervise a child that he was supposed to supervise, and the child was wandering alone in the hallway. Okay. So, sir, you were ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. Is this his child? I guess it is. No? Who are you, man? Come up here.
We have a child together, but the child that.
Oh, I need you to be sworn in. Raise your right hand and be sworn in.
Yes.
Okay. What is your name, please?
Carnisha King.
I'm sorry?
Carnisha King.
Carnisha King. Okay, what did you want to say?
We have a child together, but the child that this case is involving isn't his child, is my child.
Okay. All right. So how old is the child you have with him?
3 months.
Okay. And then he has a child with somebody else. Your other child's 4 years old.
Yes.
Where was your 3-month-old when you went to work?
With his mom.
And where was this child, at home?
Yes.
He was supposed to watch a child.
Yeah.
So if he's not the parent of this child, how can he be charged with child neglect?
Because he was responsible for the child at the time.
I thought it has to be your own child.
All right. But it was a misunderstanding. It was a big misunderstanding.
So the child was found where? In the hallway of the apartment building where you live?
Yes.
He doesn't have any criminal contacts since 2016.
He was sentenced to 10 years in state prison.
He obviously got out.
He was released in February of 24.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge, it looks like it was 12 years.
He was released from prison in February 2024.
Yes. It was released February 22nd, 2024. It looks like it was a 12-year sentence.
What was that? Robbery charge? No, robbery was.
We have a bunch of charges.
So, ma'am, you're the child's mother. Do you want him to have only supervised contact with the child?
You said, do I want him to?
Yeah.
Yes. Because he's not a bad person. He was honestly there as a helping me. It wasn't supposed to go as
No, you're lucky you didn't get arrested for leaving the child with him. I think now you're on notice if you leave the child with him to be supervised. See, I'm gonna only do a supervised contact order, but if you leave the child with him, you can get arrested too for child neglect because he's not responsible. Look, he may be a wonderful person for you, but he's not responsible with this child, and he shouldn't be left alone with the child.
He is a responsible person, though.
He made a
That's why
mistake.
I said it was a big misunderstanding.
Oh,
it was a mistake.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. King?
No questions.
No questions.
I'm going to enter a modified stay-away order from the child whose initials are TC. You're allowed to have contact with the child, but only supervised contact. Do not be physically threatening or violent towards the child in any manner whatsoever. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. And you must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the modified stay-away order that only supervised contact is allowed with this child?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the supervised contact have to be through me?
You or anybody else. You just can't be alone with the child. It has to be another adult there supervising, not somebody over age 18. You can't be alone with the child. All right, so I'll give him, I guess he doesn't qualify for pretrial. I'll order him a pre.
Or you're ordering?
Pretrial alternate bond would be $1,500. All right. Have a nice day. Thank you for coming in, ma'am. Thank you. Next, we have Fashawn Renajust. For private attorney. Hi, did you get a lawyer?
I'm gonna do the public defender for now.
Tell me you got money for a lawyer. It says here you're a rapper. Also, I thought you know, you maybe well have good music contracts or something, you know.
I'm gonna do public defender.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender's office for you, subject to financial verification. So I forgot what I ruled before. Whatever I ruled before is what it was. So count one, I found probable cause for armed possession of cocaine. Count two is probable cause for armed possession with intent to sell cocaine. Let me look again. Did you want a bond? I mean, what bond did you want, Miss Corey? Did you get this to sign? Is this to sign?
Or just set the standard? We split the bond between the two counts, actually.
I know. What do I do? You want me to?
Would you be able to do a 7,500 bond total?
Does he have priors? Any recent priors?
Prior withholds, bad Leo, resisting with, petty thefts.
Like nothing drug related.
I got it. Renee, I need to do it. All right. I'll set the bond on count one at $5,000 and count two is $2,500. Okay. You have a good attorney with the public defender. Make sure you listen to what they tell you. Have a good day. $5,000 count 120. Did I get it right? No, actually it should be 2,500 count one. Sorry, I did it backward. $2,500 count one and 5,000 count two. All right, corrections. Now I think we're done.
Right, Ms. Porter, I wanted to tell you something. I had a thought during lunch. You know that guy from Monroe on that fugitive warrant? So he was ROR'd and it was backdated, but is he not going to get CTS for those days that he was in?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
So remember that guy where the ROR was non-pro-tunc?
So was it Soriano? Is that the one?
Mr. Soriano, he's going to court, I think tomorrow.
What I'm saying is the fact that it was non-pro-tunc, will that mess up his CTS? Just something to think about. You know, like he was in custody, you should get credit for those days.
That's something her office has to.
It's just something to think about.
Actually, it will help if it's back to January 29th, because then he's only being held on the Monroe warrant, which will guarantee him credit.
Yeah, just something to think about.
Yeah. So Judge, we have Diego Diaz Rojas. You speak English, right?
Yeah, correct.
So Judge, I did reach out to the state attorney's office in Hendry County. They are not willing to modify it. They indicate that they think it's contempt of court, likely for collection of assessments in his case. I did speak to his lawyer in his case, and it looks like this $732.50 is some sort of fee that he owes the court that Mr. Diaz Rojas has not paid.
Okay. So nothing you can do. I have to set, they won't agree to release and give him a date certain?
No, Judge, the state will not.
Does he need the interpreter?
No, he speaks English.
So you're gonna have to wait up to 15 days to go to Hendry County. The reset date is, what were we up to, June 5th? So hopefully they'll pick you up sooner rather than later. Corrections, can you make sure he's on the list, the transport list, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Now we're done? Oh, okay. Hello. How are you? All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.